We begin this season right where we left off.
Pressure's on, going to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Lehi!
The last game in 2022 saw the Lehi Pioneers repeat as 5A champions in dramatic fashion.
The Pioneers have done it again!
But now they turn the page and face a new challenge, a move up to 6A. Jackson Brousseau is at Colorado State. Now they turn to junior quarterback Jet New to lead their offense.
Just took a lot of work ethic, staying after, doing, grinding, just the process of it all.
There's a group of teams in Region 1 that want to be the kings of the North. The Davis Darts are one of those teams. It's a program built on brotherhood, hoping to build on a playoff victory 1 year ago.
The more buy-in you get, I believe the more success you'll have.
Which of these proud programs has what it takes to compete for a state championship? We're about to find out. Lehi versus Davis, our Game Night Live Game of the Week. Let's go.
A KSL Sports presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Sponsored by UCCU.
Welcome to Kaysville, Utah, the Davis High School, the home of the Davis Darts. The wait is over. It's time. High school football is back. I'm Jeremiah Jensen, joined by Stevenson Sylvester once again. Mary Lou's Cook will join us from the sideline here momentarily. Sly, Lehi, what a year they had last year. Back-to-back 5A state champions. But now it's time to grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
Big boy football in 6A. Are they ready for the move?
They are. Coach Larson has this air about him. He's extremely confident. He's rode the waves. He's had the years where they were down, where they were 0-10 as far as their record, to now winning back-to-back state championships. He knows what it's like on both sides of the coin, and I am very confident in him jumping up to 6A and making it happen.
Lehi has 19 straight wins. They're trying to keep that winning streak alive. If they do it, they're gonna have to do it with youth, because all those seniors graduate. I think Coach Larson said 46 seniors last year, which is an incredible senior class. So now they turn the reins over from one quarterback to another. Jackson Brousseau had an amazing career, 2 state championships. Now they turn to a junior in Jet New to run this prolific offense.
Yeah, Jet New is great. He's got some reps because, Lehi had a lot of blowouts last year. So he is able to get some reps, but this is his first starting reps, especially against 6A competition. Davis is not going to be a pushover here. They're going to give it their all. They know what competition. They want to get some get back from last year, because they actually beat Lehi a couple years ago here at Davis, and so they want to get back to those days. And so Davis is ready to go today.
Here's Ted Larson on his new quarterback, Jet New.
He's got big. It's hard. Jackson Brousseau, I just label him the winner, right? He's been the winner for us. And Jet has a lot of those good attributes that Jackson had. He's got a really nice quick release. He's reading things that I want him to. His eyes are where I need him to be. He's still not making all the right decisions, but at least we can talk because he's looking in the right part of the field.
So Lehi's going to have a new quarterback, and Davis as well is going to have a new quarterback. The junior that threw a lot of yards last year, Jackson Stevens, has moved on, and now they're going to rely on a sophomore. Let's bring in Mary Lou's Cook for more on the Davis Darts quarterback situation.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jeremiah. I mean, you know what they say, the best defense is offense, and thankfully Davis has found the guy to lead their offense in Trayden Bessinger. I had the opportunity to chat with Coach Peary about what he sees in Trayden. Let's take a look.
Trayden Bessinger's, he's ahead of his times. He's further along than any quarterback I've coached at this age, and so there is no drop-off, and we're excited the direction we're going with Trayden Bessinger, and everybody in the program knows that. He's special. He's different, and just the cool confidence that he always has had, we'll be just fine.
Definitely a lot of faith that Coach Peary has in him. Looking forward to seeing these 2 new quarterbacks get their starts here tonight, so we'll see what happens. Back to you guys.
Mary Lou's, thank you. Can you imagine being a sophomore, Sly, on a stage like this, getting your first start? My goodness. Trayden Bessinger, we're going to learn a lot about him tonight. We're going to learn about both teams as well. But Davis is interesting, Sly. They got a lot of players back. Most of their defense is back. 4 of their 5 offensive line starters are back. This is a very experienced team. So if you look at Lehi, they got a lot of talent over there with Lehi.
Yeah.
Davis has a lot of experience. It's going to be an interesting clash for both. Not to say that Davis doesn't have talent, but They have experience, and that's going to be a huge factor in this game on their home field.
Yeah, I really feel like this is going to be a close game. You know, first game of the year, there's going to be first game jitters on both sides of the ball. You know, Lehi wants to combat that 46 senior let out they had last year, and then Davis wants to get some get back. They have come back with experience. They're going to lean heavy on this running game with these 4 returning offensive linemen. I think they're going to get some work. Josh Barker is coming in and is going to make a running game in this. My final score with this is going to be a 38-35. I think it's going to be a close matchup like that, but we'll see who prevails.
Gavin Fenn kicks off our 2023 high school football season on Game Night Live with a touchback. And here we go. The Davis Darts will get the ball first. And our first look at this sophomore quarterback, Trayden Bessinger.
Could be some fireworks coming out. I just got a feeling. Either just all-out go, maybe even a trick play on this first play right here.
I mentioned the offensive line, very experienced. So is the running back, Josh Barker, 9 touchdowns last year. Don't be surprised if they go run heavy early. And a completed pass, 1 for 1 for Bessinger. Short gain.
That's great.
Cash Gates is a player that Coach Peary talked a lot about this week.
You're going to hear a lot about Cash Gates. Cash Gates is a dynamic player. He was a big part of that run that they had at the end of the season to get him all the way to the quarterfinals. Cash Gates coming back from ACL surgery.
Yes.
Sorry. ACL surgery. He was a dynamic player right before that. And he's a big part of this offense. Watching him this week at practice, he's confident in his leg. He's going to get the ball a lot today.
Bessinger will need him. 5 receivers, empty backfield. Bessinger completes a pass to Tyson Baggett, another sophomore.
2 quick completions.
So we see 2 young players. Now, Coach Peary talked about some of the youth they have on this team. A lot of their receivers, almost all their receivers, moved on. But he really likes this young group of playmakers, and he's excited to see what they do on this big stage now as varsity players.
Well, it's an interesting dynamic of how Coach decides to break in that new quarterback, right? You know, either run the ball, you know, have it a little easy on it, or make sure 2 quick passes. Get your nerves down, get control of this game early, and see how it goes.
3rd and 3. Bessinger scrambles. He's got the first down and wisely slides down into the field turf for a first down.
Their tempo here is all about control. You know, steady control. Get the play from the sidelines. You know, Bessinger does a great job after the play's over. Make sure he goes straight over to Coach Pierce, so there's no real exchange. This is something they practiced, and you can definitely see it when we went to practice earlier this week. They are very technically sound all across the board on this team.
First down and 10 for Davis from their own 33-yard line. We got a handoff. Up the middle. Right at the marker for another first down. Josh Barker with the carry. His first carry of 2023.
Great job. Misdirection in the backfield. As a linebacker, you understand that's coming. You have to watch the guards. The guards pulling, that's where the play's going. They got a step behind, and Davis was able to get their blocks with this experienced O-line and get up to that 2nd and 3rd level and get a first down on that run play.
It's Davis offense finding some rhythm early. Ball up to the 44-yard line. 4 receivers set, with Barker in the backfield with Bessinger. 4-man rush. They come in on him. He's got to get out of there. A sack. He's going down.
Great pressure right there.
Panisimani Taki with the sack.
Oh, my gosh. Him coming around that edge, he was relentless. Bessinger thought he was free.
We talk about sophomores. There's a sophomore right there.
Right.
Getting the sack. 6'3", 205. Panisimani Taki.
We call that running the hoop. You run all the way around that hoop, run around that tackle. The tackle doesn't want to chase you all day, so you run around that hoop, and that quarterback finds you right in his lap.
Bessinger on 2nd down and 19. Caught. Nice gain. Makes things a little easier on 3rd down.
Bodie Sparrow, great job.
Bodie Sparrow's not a sophomore. He's a freshman. We have a freshman in this game who just caught a pass. And this is a young man they're very high on. He's got a bright future. Can you imagine starting a varsity game as a freshman?
Making a big play like that to start this game. That was a big gain after the sack on 1st down. making it third and manageable.
Manageable, 3rd and 7 from the 47-yard line. Trips to the right. Barker in the backfield. Now he's out. Bessinger in trouble. He's going to scramble.
No, don't throw it.
Taki's after him. He's going to throw it away. Smart move by the sophomore quarterback with Taki bearing down, and we got a penalty.
First penalty of the year. I wonder what they call here, because was it illegal lineman downfield because it was supposed to be a screen, or are they going to call holding on the defense for hitting the screen player? Could go. Ineligible person downfield, yep.
You got it, Sly.
So it can go both ways because, the Chiefs run this a lot with Kelsey. They do a quick motion out to that side and have the tight end coming back on the inside on a tunnel screen. And sometimes they get the receiver, Kelsey, all caught up in that, and they tackle him or hold him, and they call defensive holding on that instead of a clean play. So here, defense was fortunate that they just called the legal people downfield. That's why I think the quarterback should have just ran it instead of throwing it, because it was a screen. But this is a great start. It's a great start for this reason, field position, right? You drove down a little bit. Now you get to pin them inside of their 20, which is a big deal.
The punt is away. A little short. He's going to take it with room to run. Down the sideline, still go. Ooh, big hit. Ooh, he got tattooed on the sideline. Did that draw a flag? I'm trying to see.
It's by a guy you're going to hear a lot from today, Jacob Ferber. Starting middle linebacker here, making a big hit. No penalty there. He's tiptoeing around that sideline. It can get real close, but you take your hits where you can get them. Jacob Ferber lays the wood to get this game started.
Nice return, though, by Boston Fabrizio. And now we get our first look at Jet New, the starting quarterback for the Lehi Pioneers. Trips right. He's looking that way. Now he's going to scramble. He's in trouble. He's going down. A big group of Davis defenders taking him down. And in the mix, Ami Mawala. This kid, number 56, is special. The transfer from Brighton gets in on Jet New. And he picks up the sack.
Jordan Tula got there first, but man, this defensive line, this is something we said, this is a very, very good defensive line. They're going to bring pressure on Jet New all day. Ed Larson's got to get the ball out of Jet New's hands really fast. So look for the rest of the game. There's going to be really quick passes from Jet New to neutralize this defensive line.
He's got to run away from Jordan Towler. Nice pass, caught at the 40. Forget about that sack. They're going to gain about 12 yards up to the 40-yard line. Now it's just the 3rd and 8.
Yeah.
14-yard gain.
Big third down for both teams here.
This is number 11, Caleb Moore, with the catch. Moore, a 6'3", 190-pound senior tight end. 3rd and 8. Coming up on 7.5 minutes left to go here, first quarter. New takes the snap in the pocket. Here comes the pressure again. He avoids the rush, takes a shot down the middle. Nobody there. Incomplete pass. And the Pioneers will be forced to punt.
Ladies and gentlemen, this defensive line, wow.
That was impressive.
They are forcing a lot of pressure, making it really, really uncomfortable for Jet New. Jet New, yes, he's a new quarterback, but honestly, any quarterback facing this type of pressure is going to feel it. And this is a great job. This is a quick 3 and out. Get your offense the ball back. That is how you control the game. The best pass defense is a pass rush. And that's exactly what they're doing there. Jet New is not allowed to really...
Gets it away. That was a great job to get that under control. Fair catch right at the 19-yard line. And that's where Davis will begin their next drive. Looks like they'll give him the 20.
The Darts will start.
So the Darts come back out.
Great job. See some defensive fireworks already.
3 and out. Honestly, that was very impressive. by that Davis defense. I know that a lot of these parts on this Lehigh offense are new, but they really, really were impressive.
Well, it's really
winning the battle at the line of scrimmage.
It's very impressive from what we saw at practice, right? We see Lehigh.
Coach Peary is going to bring in the special teams.
He's going to punt it.
That's the right decision.
It really is. It really is. As I said, it's a battle of field position. The last thing you want to do is not convert this and give the ball. Uh-oh.
They're lining up like they're not.
That doesn't look like a punt. Fullback dive. Where are we at?
They're going. They go for it.
Got it.
He's got the first down. It's very close, but I think he's got enough. Talk about bold.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's a great substitution right there.
Wow.
I thought it was punt for sure. I thought it was punt for sure.
Brighton Pierce picks up the first down on 4th and 2. What a risky, bold call by Scott Peary, and it pays off.
He's liking that. As I said, they're going to have to pick up the tempo here. They can't go play for play here. They got to pick up the tempo and get stuff. But, the thing that I'm liking to see Davis really liking this Bodie Sparrow kid. They're throwing to him a lot, early and often.
Bessinger kicks it out. Tyson Baggett with another catch.
Tyson Baggett on the reception.
The short pass game's getting it done for them. You feel like Sly eventually they got to get downfield, but right now this is moving the chains.
Hurry up. No huddle here. They're going to catch him off guard. Go, go, go. They didn't huddle.
On the side.
Trips to the right. He's going to go left. Sparrow again. Sparrow's loose. Sparrow's got a first down. Near midfield, all the way, fighting to the 48-yard line. That'll move the chains again. Another Lehigh Davis first down.
That's 4 catches for Bodie Sparrow. He's got about 38 yards for 4 catches. He's doing a terrific job. Great possession receiver, and he's getting extra yards after he catches it. Yak yards. Yards after the catch. He's doing a great. He's not going down easy. It's great. He's a nice possession guy, and he's getting you those extra yards. I like the change up in tempo right there. Caught Lehigh off guard. Got soft coverage on the outside. Throw it right to Bodie Sparrow, first down.
Davis playing with a lot of confidence. 4 minutes to go, first quarter. They are controlling time of possession. Baggett. Couldn't get outside. Nice tackle made. Max Ray.
That's what you get with these really good football teams like Lehigh. You get technically sound plays early in the season. Normally, there's a lot of people who are taking bad angles or not wrapping up fully. That was a great play right there by Max, making that play and making it TFL. He's got a 2-yard loss on that. So great job by this Lehi defense at controlling what they can control, keeping them in front of them, and making the plays when they need to.
2nd down and 12 from the 46. Trips left. Bessinger. He's in trouble. Gets out of the pocket, throws, it's caught.
Cash.
Down to the 43-yard line.
Cash Gates.
On the reception.
It's going to be about time they get that guy the ball. You can't go this whole game, almost this whole quarter, without saying his name. Cash Gates is a dynamic guy. Getting him the football, you're going to see a lot. Looks like they're putting in big package here to go run. They're going extra O-lineman here.
3rd down and 2 from the Lehi 44-yard line.
Expect this is a double lead right here. Maybe a power O off the left side. Let's see how they line up. Yeah, it's a lead here, pistol. And get the ball to Josh Barker, punch it in there, get that first down.
And they ran out of time. Delay of game, that hurts.
Is it delay of game or sideline warning?
Oh. On a 3rd and 2, you can't get the play going, and the play clock ran out on it. That's a big setback.
That's the hard part about how they go in between plays.
Yeah.
Is when you want to make substitutions, that takes extra time, especially in those situations. And that's all your team knows, especially first game of the year, you know, the tempo. But, like, it's very hard. Like, even now the clock's down to 15. You got to hurry up. You got to call the play. You got to break the huddle. It is very hard.
They're under 10 seconds
He's
again. They got to get going.
He's going to have to call timeout.
4, 3, 2, 1. They get it off. Bessinger. Plenty of time. Goes to his right. Avoids the rush. Throws and gets caught. Down to the middle of the field. Inside the 30. Cash Gates with a big play. And what a play by the sophomore, Sly. In the pocket. Avoids the rush and throws a strike for a first down.
What I really like about that is how the discombobulation before the snap, right? Clock's running down, pressure in there, and he makes a play. Look at him. Now his hurry-up tempo. Lehi's not ready. You got to go. This is the tempo that I'm used to and that I like, the interchanging tempo. From slow to fast, defense doesn't know what it's going to be from play to play.
Brighton Pierce in motion, throw is out. Bodie Sparrow doesn't get very far at all. He's tackled by number 7, Carson Wren.
I like that. They lost the yard on that, but I like to keep Lehi on their toes. You see hands on the hips on the Lehi sideline over there? That's what you want. You want their DBs hands on hips. They're tired. You got to work them. Now it's 2nd and 11. We're going to have to pick up this to make it 3rd and manageable here. This is 2nd and long here. So they got to do stick routes here. I say 2x2. I'd motion Baggett to the strong side and do sticks.
Let's see what they do. Under a minute to play first quarter. Bessinger in the pocket, takes a shot. Too much on it. Incomplete.
Now it's 3rd and long. Great thing is Davis works heavy on their special teams. So I believe that they feel like they're in field goal range here. So they can take a shot like that on 2nd down, which is totally fine. They're in control right here. They got 25 seconds before the next play. So you got to call it. And here's the thing. You got to get a little closer, more in the middle of the field. You can even run a run play right here. I would run a run play, get out of this first quarter with the lead 3-0. So
you're looking at a 48-yard attempt with if no gain here on 3rd down. But they'll try for that first down.
Yeah, Brighton Pierce is a speed guy. You can almost do speed toss here. But
Bessinger in the pocket. Here comes the rush. He's going down.
Wow, that's even worse.
Lehi teammates will split a sack there.
That's not what you wanted right there. You did not want to take a sack in that scenario. Now you're out of field goal range. Go. Quick tempo here. Check with me. It's going to go into the end of the first quarter here.
Alema Tamala getting credit for that sack for Lehi. And now you got to go 4th and 20. And we're going to do that after a break. We have come to the end of the first quarter. No score, but this has been entertaining. The Davis Darts and Lehi Pioneers playing good football here in game one of the 2023 high school football season. We'll be back with second half action after this. Second quarter action, sorry.
There's a Christmas when August hits. There's a crispness in the air. You know that's football season. Very, very exciting. It's an interesting first quarter, 0-0. A lot of back and forth, a lot of defense. Now they're going to punt the ball and hopefully pin Davis inside the 10-yard line. That's what you want. Pin him deep. The way the Davis's D-line is playing.
Yeah, field position and time of possession are going to play a big role in this game, and so far in the first quarter, that was the case. Not a great punt.
That was terrible.
That's not going to help them when he had a chance to pin him deep, but
yeah, that's
Davis still has to like where they're at right now.
That's a Ben Roethlisberger pooch right there. You just got to pooch that right down. You got a short field to cover, so you know you're going to cover it. You got to give yourself a chance there. That right there is a great spot because I saw it go out at the 22-yard line, not the 17. That's 5 yards at least.
The punter's like, be quiet, Sly.
Oh, sorry. Oh, gosh.
Make this worse for me.
I know. But great spot. Let's see what this Davis D-line can do. This is only the second possession for Lehi. That was a long first quarter.
Jetnu takes a snap. It's a handoff. Devon Eka. Sophomore running back. We have a lot of sophomores in this game that are playing a big role, Sly. Devon Eka is going to be one of them. Now that Lehi finally has the ball, he's going to chance to get touches, and he might be the most explosive player on the field tonight.
He might be in the state. You know, him and Carson Gonzalez last year was a great 1-2 punch. You know, Coach Larson absolutely loves this kid. He said this guy is everything. He's going to be that guy. He put on a lot of weight here in the offseason, and he's going to be a dynamic guy, just a sophomore, so you're going to hear his name a lot these next couple of years.
Eka again. The swing pass. Shoelace tackle. Another defensive lineman making a big play.
That's what's so hard about
Jordan Tala is everywhere tonight.
Yes, he is. He is in the backfield almost every single time, but look at him chase down this play. Devon Eka is a very, very fast kid, but Tala, he is after it. Jetnu has to lead Eka on that. Devon Eka had to turn around, and that slowed down his momentum, and that's why that play didn't work. Got to lead him so he can catch it on the run.
3rd down and 3. New's going to pass. Quick hit, caught, drops. Pass intended for number 33, Grayson Brousseau, and he could not hold on.
The younger brother of Jackson Brousseau, who's at Colorado State now. Grayson Brousseau, extremely talented, about 6'5". His dad says he's already taller than him.
Wow.
Grayson Brousseau, he plays on the defensive side of the ball, and he plays on the offensive side of the ball. Big target, 6'5", about 240 pounds just in high school. So he's good, but he's got to pull that ball in and pick up that first down.
Brousseau also a great basketball player.
Yes.
High, short punt, fair catch is made at the 44-yard line. That's where Davis will take over. The Darts offense getting another shot here with great field position.
This is great, right?
If you're Davis, this is exactly what you wanted in this game.
But here's my thing is you can't bank on that. You have to produce on offense.
Yep.
Your defense is playing lights out. 2 3 and outs. That's what you want. You pin them down. This is a great field position. You only have 55 yards to go. You have to put up something, a field goal. You got to get some kind of points to help your defense out here.
Bessinger motion to the right. He take the snap, and he's going to hand it off. And he's swallowed up. He's not going anywhere. Nice tackle for loss by Falpana Mama.
Falpana Mama also has a brother, Isaiah Mama. And Coach Larson is very high on, very dynamic guy. Number 10 is playing safety as well, plays both ways.
Second and 15 from the 40. Trips right for Davis. Bessinger calling out the signals, takes the snap. Stays in the pocket, over the middle. That's caught. Baggett for a first down, right at the marker. They're going to call him a yard short, so he's going to be down at the 46. 1 yard short of a first down. That's a gain of 14.
Third down and inches. You got to take that, right?
Absolutely.
Great tackle by open field tackle by Isaiah Mama there. Great job by Bessinger at staying in the pocket. Great job by that offensive line of creating a great pocket for Bessinger to stay in there and find Baggett coming right open over the middle. Great job of turning up and running right after two. This Davis team is ready, man. They're ready for this moment. There's a lot of guys experienced who's been through the rough times. And now clock's running down.
Clock's running out. They got to go. They're going to snap it and they get it off. But it's sloppy and a fumble. Picked up. Lehi's got it. Isaiah Allen takes it to the house. 54 yards. Again, Sly not getting the play in time, not getting set up in time, cost them dearly. This time, it cost them 6.
But this was my dynamic. We talked about it earlier this week of head coaches that coach and call the plays. They have to do so much. It's why Nathaniel Hackett didn't work out in Denver. He didn't know how to do that, right? Coach Peary here has to do a lot of managing as well as call the plays. So before the one play is done, he's got to get his substitutions ready to go. These guys, that is so hard to control. If you can control it, you got a really good team. Sean McVay, Coach Andy Reid, they do a good job of doing that. But it is extremely difficult to do both things. And I can see it here. I saw it earlier. It's tempo. You're having a problem with the play clock. You know, this is the first game of the year, so those are things that you can experience. But that right there, Lehi's offense didn't score. Lehi's defense did. And that's what you don't want to have happen.
What a turn of events here. The extra point is no good. But the Lehi Pioneers have taken a 6-0 lead on a defensive touchdown, of all things.
Yeah, but it's something that shouldn't have happened, right? The running back, the ball's in your chest. You gotta grasp that. But everybody's discombobulated. Not only the quarterback, not only the offensive line. Everybody's worried about everything because it's not clean. If you're rushing, everybody else is rushing too. And so it's unfortunate events to have that happen. That's the reason that you're down in this football game, is because you're late with substitution and you get in the play in late and you just don't know.
It's all execution.
It's all execution. Honestly, Bessinger should have just did a QB sneak. All right? It was third and short, third and inches. I would have just did a QB sneak. I'm rushing in it.
It's first half. You could have called timeout. You're in the second quarter.
Call timeout. Use your timeouts. You got 3 timeouts. They didn't use it in the first quarter, and now they're not using it here. Timeouts are precious, but early in this football game in the first half, you got to use them, especially in the first game of the year.
Another touchback. For Davis, they have, in my opinion, they have been in total control of this game up to that point. It's unfortunate that for them, that one play has totally flipped this game over to Lehi's side, and now let's see if they can reorganize here and get on track. Look, it's the first game of the year. You got a sophomore quarterback. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of moving parts there, I'm sure. But it would be a good lesson learning for all these guys involved in that situation. as they move forward. But they got to move forward. Got to put that behind them. The Lehi Pioneers took advantage of the opportunity and lead 6-0. Bessinger.
Nice play.
A lot of space. Baggett keeps his feet. Down to the 35-yard line. They'll mark him at the 37.
That's a great play. There's a lot of misdirections in that play. The key to that is the first fake. The first fake, they faked it first to Baggett, and it was very bad. Nobody bid on it at all, so you kind of lose him in the mix. And then you fake onto the outside the other way and come back. There's a lot of misdirection in there, and the defense is extremely aggressive, which this Lehi defense is. It can get you caught. Great play call right there by Davis.
1st and 10 from the 37. We're coming up on 8 minutes to play first half. Bessinger rolls to his right. Pressure. Nice toss. Down to the 45-yard line of Lehi. Cash Gates with their biggest gain so far. Down to the 45.
Bessinger is looking great. He's not looking like a sophomore quarterback. He's doing a great job of spreading the ball. Nice, big, tall kid, 6'4". He's got a lot of presence in there, making some really good decisions. Finding Cash Gates for the first down. They are moving the football.
4 receiver set. 1st and 10 from the Lehi 45. Bessinger going to hand it off. Brighton Pierce with the carry, but that Lehi defense was stout on that play. Carson Wren continues to make plays.
Great run stuff right there by Paul Latu.
Yeah, Latu came up and helped as well.
That is how you meet a guy in the hole and drive him back. Great job right there. Seeing a lot of guys sucking wind. It's time to break out Slice pickle juice.
We're getting there. In this heat at this pace, it's only a matter of time. 7 minutes to play here first half. This game is flying by. Bessinger in the pocket. Steps up. It's caught, but we got a flag. Incomplete, actually. This ball was dropped.
That's in the area of holding.
Yeah, it is. They just got a signal from the official. We'll wait to hear the call.
I was a zebra in my past life. Man.
Were you?
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah. I like it. There's not a lot of penalties in this game. It's been pretty clean thus far. Very hard to do very early in the season. This is great. He's got the play call in. Now they can comfortably go to the line of scrimmage, understand their duties and responsibilities without feeling rushed. They should have some success on this play. 2nd down.
2nd and 18 from the 47. That's thrown out of bounds. They'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Miscommunication there.
As always, penalties are drive killers. Now they're in a tough spot. Long distance, 3rd and 18.
Yeah, see, they're eating up this clock. Got to get this play in.
We're under 20.
See, I'm a very nosy defender. I would have been on Davis' sideline getting the play from the coach. They're on my side of the field, my side of the line of scrimmage. I'd be all over it.
They get it off with 2 seconds to spare. Bessinger. The pocket disappears. He breaks the tackle. Throws it deep. He's open. Caught! Baggett inside the 15-yard line. Tyson Baggett.
Going tempo. They're going tempo here. Tempo. Catching Lehi. Lehi's sucking a lot of wind. Look at the hands on the hips on the Lehi defenders. They're going tempo here. They're going to catch Lehi off guard here. They're going to quick play here. They don't got enough defenders up out top. Let's see what they do.
38-yard gain. Quick snap. He's looking to the end zone, taking a shot. Oh, he's tripped up. And no penalty.
That's not a penalty.
Incidental contact.
That's
the fans here don't like it.
They had an opening on the slot on the field. That's where they should have gone. Look, the Lehi defenders are sucking wind.
Yeah.
They are. You got to take advantage of that, and that's where the tempo comes in. That was a great play call. I would have called a running play or a quick screen on that play, but they went for it. They went for it on that. That was a big play right there. I like it in NFL, so what they do is they automatically go quick run right after that. Right, so they get a big play downfield. They don't take another big shot. They go straight run after that and get a couple yards.
2nd and 10. Short gain there.
It's a great pickup.
Actually, about 7 yards.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not short at all.
3rd and 3. That's great.
That sets him up in good position. Short yardage on 3rd down.
Going tempo here.
Clock's coming down to 6 minutes to play, first half. Ball's on the 8-yard line. 3 yards for a first down. Plenty of play clock this time. 20 seconds left there. Coach Perry sends in the call. Down to 10 seconds. Blitz coming. They pick it up. The throw. The catch is made. A nice tackle.
First down. Nice. Great.
It is a first down, though. Max Ray made the tackle, but not before they pick up the first down. What a drive for Tyson Baggett.
He's got 3 big catches on this drive. I love how Bessinger, he's really spreading the ball out. You see Cash Gates, you see Bodie Sparrow, you see Baguette. He's really getting the ball to all these receivers. He's got a lot of talent around him, which is great. And this offensive line is doing a great job of protecting him.
1st and goal from the 4. 4 receivers. Bessinger goes left.
Use your legs.
Goes back into the middle, through the arms and hands of the receiver in the back of the end zone. That was Bodie Sparrow. 2nd down and goal from the 4. So the clock will stop, 5:07.
They might have a substitution issue. They got too many people in that huddle. Somebody's got to get out. There you go.
Play clock's down to 5.
Good control.
Bessinger under center.
Double lead.
Get it off. Ooh,
great job by Latu.
Oh, boy.
A missile.
Paul Latu, where did you come from?
Oh, I love it. I love it. He saw it the entire way. He saw the double lead. Nobody wants to block the A-gap. Fine, I will take it. Wow. Latu taking the game into his own hands here. Great job at shooting the gap right there. That's great linebacker play.
Welcome to 6A football, Paul Latu.
I love that.
That was a big-time play.
He felt it, and he did. That was a great play. That's instinct right there. You just shoot it. I feel it. I know exactly what they're going to do when they're going to do it.
Latu a junior, and now we have a timeout called by Bessinger. 3rd down and goal from the 8. They need time to talk this over. Crucial play in this game. If you're Davis, Sly, you got to come away with 6 right now, right? Got to come away with 6. We'll see if they can right after this.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need for their own fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated, with locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
If you want to avoid your AC breaking down this summer, the best thing you can do is stay on top of your AC's annual maintenance. But if you do find yourself with an air conditioner blowing hot air, Any Hour Services technicians service all brands, and they can usually get to you pretty quick. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. Whether you need maintenance, repair, or replacement, the technicians at Any Hour Services can help you keep your home comfortable all summer long. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
Beautiful night for high school football. The 2023 season is underway, and what a perfect setting. Here in Kaysville, Utah, the Davis Darts knocking on the door here. 3rd and 8. The Lehi Pioneers trying to get a stop. They lead 6-0. Bessinger going to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! The Darts are on the board. Cash Gates. And after recovery from an ACL injury, that's got to feel oh so good.
Got to feel great for him. to get that monkey off your back. You know, coming back from surgery, get into the end zone, it's got to feel awesome. It's got to feel great for this entire team. You've controlled the game this entire first half. And now to punch it into the end zone, take the lead here with the extra point.
Rough snap, gets it off, and it's good. So the Davis Darts take a 7-6 lead. Sly, what a ball game so far. As competitive as we expected it to be. Here's another look.
Well, I love defensive matchups. So low-scoring games are my forte. And both of these defenses have played terrific. It's just that Davis has had way more opportunities than the Lehi offense. This Davis defensive line is absolutely incredible. The pressure that they're creating on both run plays and pass plays, they're not letting Lehi breathe at all. And that's giving their offense all the opportunities in the world here too. And the only points from Lehi is from this Davis offense fumbling the ball. So this Davis defense is doing a tremendous job. Davis offense, they've had their ups and downs with momentum and where they want to go with the tempo, but finally being able to punch it into the end zone, it's going to set this up to be a very, very, very exciting second half.
Let's go down to Mary Lou's on the sideline. Mary Lou's. We'll get back to Mary Lou's in a second. Time for kickoff. 4:26 left to play, second quarter. 7-6, the Darts take the lead.
Great kick.
There will be no kickoff returns tonight. We've got some outstanding kickers on both teams.
Been great. If you're Lehi, you've got to be semi-worried, right? My offense is not producing really any offensive yardage. We're not pushing the ball like at all, but we're still in this game. So there's the caveat, right? It's 7-6. We're doing great on the defensive side of the ball. We're staying in it. We just need our offense to come with it. And so when their offense starts to click, because there's a lot of dynamic receivers on this Lehi side of the ball, they'll get it going.
Handoff up the middle. They swallow that right up. Woo. A gang of Davis defenders clog up that hole. And Jacob Ferber was there, number 10 with the tackle. Ferber, one of the best tacklers in the state, best linebackers in the state. He's really, if you're looking for a leader on this Davis team, Jacob Ferber is it. Senior captain. Getting the tackle. Jetnu going deep, taking a shot. Nobody was there. Miscommunication.
It's crazy. This defensive line, this pressure, it's nuts. The part about this is it's like it's all Davis, right? But the game is still close. It's only a 1-point game. That means the momentum can change in a heartbeat if Lehi is able to make something up something. So just keep your head on a swivel. This is great, but it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and long, and it just seemed like the momentum is all on the Davis sideline here.
3rd and 8 from the 22. New outside, wide open, caught. Oh, he dropped it. Another drop. Jace John, who led the Pioneers in receptions last year with 40. Had the first down, but could not hold on.
You do not see Jace John drop these balls. That was in his, he was running before he looked in and he's like, oh, this is easy. This is cake. But again, another 3 and out. Every coach should be raving. This is what you want. 3 and outs, you're going to get good field position. You're going to get a 55-yard field. Get a good return here.
Room to run. Great job.
Yeah, 55, 56
on special
yards
teams. Mays Madsen with the open field tackle. Otherwise, that could have been a big game. Let's go down to Mary Lou's Cook in the end zone.
Thank you so much, guys. I tell you what, this Lehi football team is a little bit different than the one that we saw that won the back-to-back 5A state titles in 2022 and 2021. I had the opportunity to chat with Coach Larson about what it is that he sees in this team, having lost so many of those starters to graduation.
I just hope they play hard, they play fast, and they have a willingness to be coached. And if they'll develop their football IQ, then we'll let the physical part take over on its own, but they got to be smart players in order to endure a long season and know what we're asking them to do on both sides of the ball.
So those are the hopes that he is hoping for tonight. He told me that we'd find out what kind of team he has, so definitely looking forward to seeing what we continue to see from the Pioneers tonight. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mary Lou. It's always, we never know. Sly, week one, we don't know what to expect, and I think Coach Larson, when we talked to him this week, I think he thought that something like this, a little bit of a slow start, guys trying to figure some things out, this is not probably too big of a surprise. And they're fine. It's 7-6 right now. It's just when there's so many expectations on you, everyone expects you to come out here and be dynamic, and it's going to take them a moment.
Well, when you lose 46 seniors, you can't expect to be just great out the gate.
Right.
But they're still in this football game.
Great gain. Cash Gates,
first down.
After the touchdown, is really energized. And he's right there at the marker.
Look at him take this. This is all speed right here. Get to the edge, get upfield, lower your shoulder, pick up that extra yard, pick up that first down. That's got to feel good for Cash Gates to get plays like that. Touchdown and then a big first down like that.
1st and 10 from the 45.
Got levels here. We're going to get crossing routes over the middle. Let's see.
Bessinger. He's in trouble. Ball's loose. Ball's on the ground.
They recovered it.
Who's got it? Davis got it? They do. Oh, huge clutch play. I believe it's 63, Sam Stewart with the recovery. But Bessinger, ooh, he was in trouble. Number 95 was all over him. Alema Tamala, who already has a sack in this game.
It's great pressure up the middle. And look, because Baguette was wide open. Again, it would have been at least another 12 to 15-yard gain had he not had a guy in his face. So a great job by Alema at getting off of his one-on-one block and causing a fumble.
That's a strip sack. That's the second sack of the game. And now Davis is backed way up. Bessinger in the pocket's going to get out. We got a penalty going over the middle. Intercepted.
Mama.
Lehi picks it off. Isaiah Mama.
Call holding. Again, that was created by the defensive line pressure. Alema Tamala. Hold on, let me get here. Alema Tamala, again, had a one-on-one block, bull rushed the guard. Guard fell down, pulled Alema Tamala down, got that penalty, but also causing Bessinger to move outside of the pocket because of the inside pressure. That's why the D tackles are so important in this day and age in this game of creating that pressure, getting the QB out of the pocket, and then Bessinger doing a no-no and throwing back across his body to the middle. Isaiah Mama comes up with a big pick. Look at this. Great. He trip kick right there, throwing back over the middle, and Mama's right there to intercept it.
Great play by Mama, read it the whole way, and now Lehi with their best field position of the night. New in the pocket, looking over the top. It's not there. I don't see a flag. There was some contact there, but they're not going to go with a penalty.
That wasn't a penalty. That was simultaneous. That was great defense right there. It was, at the same time, it was very hard for any ref to call a play like that. It wasn't in his catch radius either, so it was almost like an uncatchable ball as well. So not many refs would call that a PI. That was great defense.
2nd and 10 from the 46. New. Quick out.
Oh.
Right there to get him. It's number 41.
Darius Watson.
Darius Watson with the tackle.
Great job. Great coverage right there. Got a little stinkers. Got to come out a little bit. But great coverage coming out of there. Making sure Devon Echo had nowhere to run.
That shows you Davis did their film work. They know who Devon Eck is, what he's capable of.
Yeah.
Even as a young player, they're not going to let him get space.
No, and you don't want to. Coach Larson was talking to us about the scrimmage that they had. He said he caught a little swing pass, took it 90 yards. It was the first play of the scrimmage. And so Eka is a dynamic guy. You get him going, you're going to be in trouble as a defense.
3rd down and 9 from the 47. New, a little bit of a blitz. He's in trouble, gets out of the pocket. Now he's going to run. He can't get to the marker, though. He's going to step out. They're going to mark him right at the 45.
Oh, wow, he lost the yard. That counts as a sack, right?
It does. That is a sack.
Again, this Davis defense, another 3 and out. Yeah, so Davis defense stands up after the turnover from their offense. Hats off to this Davis defense. They are playing amazing.
They have been very impressive tonight, and you start, and this is a Lehi team. Look, I know there's young players and inexperienced players. These are really good players.
Yes.
The Lehi has, and what Davis has done so far defensively has been very impressive. Fair catch made at the 18-yard line, so Davis will get the ball back with 1 minute, 37 seconds left to go in the half.
This is a great time to work on your 2-minute offense. Great time to work on your 2-minute offense. Work on your tempo, because this is going to help you. You're going to need this at the end of the game. I said this was going to be a really close game. I said 38-35. It's not looking like that at all.
This is not going to be a shootout.
But
and credit both defenses. Look, let's give Lehi's defense some credit as well. Davis has had the ball most of the half.
Yes.
And they've kept him pretty in check.
Yes.
Except for that long drive there.
But they had to work
got
for
the touchdown.
That. They had to work for that.
They really did.
Yeah.
This Lehi defense has been very, very good tonight. Led, of course, by Isaiah Allen's scoop and score earlier in the game. Bessinger. Catch is incomplete. No catch. Bobbled it a little bit on the sideline there.
This is going to be one of those bend but don't breaks, right? This defense, man, they're holding true. They've been holding true, but at one point in this game, with all the hands on the hips that I see across the board, something's going to break. Which team is it going to be? Because this is a very, very even matchup right here. Coach Larson knows how to coach these games. He's been through it.
Cash Gates has the catch, but there's plenty of Lehi defenders there to stop him.
Got to go hurry up here.
Clock is running. No first down. Mark him right at the 25-yard line.
Great pickup, 5-yard pickup. Now it's 3rd and 5. Let's see what they do here. Got no deep safeties here.
Yeah, we got the encroachment.
Wow.
So
pick up that first down.
That'll give it a first down, move the chains.
And you get to stop the clock.
Costly penalty for the Pioneers.
Yeah.
Coach Larson's going to have plenty of teaching moments at halftime.
He's going to have tons. But as I said, the way this guy goes about his business, has a very confident air about him. He's not worried at all.
$1:18 left to play first half. 1st and 10, Bessinger. Going deep, taking a shot. Ooh, it was almost intercepted. That could have gone either way.
Yeah. Yeah, you got Cash Gates over there. He was running his butt off in this game.
Ozzie Williams
almost came up with the interception. Those are the plays right there, right?
Yeah.
Possible interceptions you need to turn into interceptions. You know, this is great football. It's crazy. 1 minute.
2nd and 10 from the 30. 4-man rush. Bessinger gets it away. It's caught. Close to the marker, a little short.
Way to get out of bounds.
They're going to mark with a 39.
Now 3rd and short. Stop the clock. Shoot, you can run a...
Josh Barker with the catch and run.
Run a draw play right here. I'd spread them all out, run a draw play.
The mountains never get old. Beautiful night here. 1 minute left to play in the first half. 3rd down, 1 from the 39. Bessinger's going to get the first down, keep this drive moving.
No, he wasn't down as QB, but the clock keeps moving. You gotta go. Call a timeout. Are they moving the chains?
They will stop the clock to move the chains, but after that, it's go. It's go right now. Under 50. Bessinger in trouble, gets rid of it, incomplete. That'll stop the clock. 2nd and 10.
This is a full crowd tonight. This is great seeing. This is what you want from high school football. This is awesome.
Always his here at Davis High School. Incredible community support. Even with all the new schools surrounding them that have opened, we still have such a strong base of support from this community. Alumni. They show out every Friday night. Baggett with the catch. Can he get to the edge? He's out of bounds with the first down. Isaiah Allen gets him out of bounds.
Great play call. You're running plays towards the sideline, so if you catch it, you get out of bounds. This is great. This is definitely something that they practiced. This is good. This is great timing. Now you're getting a timeout by Lehi. They're itching their way in the field goal range.
The Pioneers take a timeout here with 38.5 seconds left here in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Darts when we come back.
At UCCU, for over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need for their own fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated. With locations along the Wasatch Front, SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back to Davis High School. Our first week of the 2023 high school football season. Game Night Live, debut of the year. Davis and Lehi, 38.5 seconds left to go first half. Davis with the ball. 1st and 10 at the Lehi 44, and we have a penalty.
Well, that's not the direction they wanted to go.
It's the direction Lehi wanted it to go.
For sure. But here, you know what would be so devastating is Lehi getting a turnover here. All right, so just as much as you want to score points, you got to protect the football as well.
1st and 15. Quick shot. Ooh, almost.
Great job by Isaiah Allen.
Oh,
my
right now,
gosh.
Isaiah Allen is the MVP of this game. He has been terrific tonight. Made some tackles. He's got a scoop and score, and now that. He was another split second away from jumping that route and taking it to the house for another score. I
spoke with him at the Lehi practice earlier this week. He is extremely talented. His feet is awesome, willing to learn. He's a great defender. He's going to have a great year this year for sure. He's having a great game so far.
Bodie Sparrow with the catch down the middle. Again, just always impressive when you see freshmen out here on a big stage making big plays. And Sparrow's been impressive tonight. Timeout by Davis. It took a while. They're frustrated on the sideline. They lost some time on the clock. They didn't want to lose any. They had planned to take a timeout the whole time, and this referee crew may make that correction.
Well, the refs are hovering over the ball, so even if they went hurry up, they wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yep, they're gonna fix the clock. 20 seconds. 20 seconds on the clock. That'll keep the crowd calm here. They were about to riot. 20.2 seconds left here, first half.
It's a lifetime in football.
It'll be 3rd down and 4 after this timeout. From the 38-yard line is where Davis is. They have 1 timeout left, so if you go down the middle, you're probably just playing for a field goal here. We'll see if they try to work that edge a little more and try to take a shot. Like you said, Sly, how aggressive do you want to be right here? Because this Lehi defense has been, as we've seen already, has been very opportunistic. One mistake, and it can totally flip this game back again.
This is the play call. If I was offensive coordinator, what I'd do, I'd run a running back draw right here, right up the middle, and then run the clock all the way down and take my last time out.
Bessinger goes outside. We got a flag. And this might be coming back. I don't even know if they had a play go.
That looks like people weren't lined up on the line of scrimmage. They didn't have 7 men on the line of scrimmage. Illegal formation. 5-yard penalty.
So our referee tonight, Chris Swank.
AKA Steven Sylvester, making the calls.
Hey, we do need more UHSAA referees here in the state, Sly, so are you throwing your hat in the ring?
No, I'm not. I have too much fun up here with you, man. I cannot give this up. This is awesome. Beautiful nights like this, settings, and then I'll have parents yelling at me. I can't do that.
Oh, yeah. No,
I can't do that.
That's why we love these referees and officials. We thank them so much.
Yeah, their job is
for the time they spend doing this. We can't do this without you. 3rd and 8. Great catch is made. Down to the 30.
No.
They're going to spike it because that's a first down. Yes. They'll move the chains.
Oh, no, you got to call timeout.
They're letting the clock run.
I don't know.
It keeps running. They're not going to be able to get this off.
Timeout.
They tried to call timeout. They're letting it go. He's going to throw it to the end zone. He's got a chance. Oh, it was almost caught.
Oh, he's got a chance.
It was almost caught. What? Did they get the timeout? The coaching staff is pleading. Lehi's running off the field.
He said no more.
The Pioneers are running to the end zone to halftime.
Great job by Lehi.
Wow, what a wild sequence that was, Sly. What do you think?
I would have been livid. My headset would have been broke if I was Coach Peary right now. Because they're supposed to stop the clock to move the chains. They're going to reload. You're going to get a spike. You're able to get one more play before you can kick a field goal. Because he could have called timeout. They could have kicked the field goal at that point. That's missed points on the board. If I was Coach Peary, I'd be a lot more mad than he's showing right now. Maybe he's fuming internally, but I would be livid. That's a missed opportunity right there. And I'm telling you, when this game comes down to it, those 3 points might be extremely valuable.
Well, as it stands, it's 7-6 Davis at the half. Before we head to halftime, let's go down to Mary Lou's Cook, who has some money to give away.
Sure do. Thank you so much, Jeremiah. KSL Sports is streaming tonight's game on the KSL Sports app, the KSL Plus app, and KSLSports.com. As a part of the broadcast, Utah Community Credit Union is proud to present a scholarship to an amazing student from each school KSL is visiting this year. Now, this week's winner is Riley Anderson. She is from Lehi High School. She's caring, she's compassionate, she's hardworking, and she bleeds purple, which is why she has made the trip over here to Davis High School from Lehi. She's a 4.0 student, and she's been a part of performing arts her entire high school career. Now, she's a gifted singer, she's a beautiful voice, and volunteers to sing the national anthem. I hear it at a lot of football games at her school, and for just many other sporting events as well. For example, she had the opportunity to sing the national anthem at the state playoffs last year at Rice-Eccles Stadium, which is pretty cool. Now, additionally, Riley also played the role of the fairy godmother in the Lehi High School musical Cinderella, where she performed, and listen to this, she sang while riding a hoverboard for the entire play, which is extremely impressive. I can't even wrap my mind around that. Now, her teachers say that she always supports and uplifts everyone around her and truly makes Lehi a better place. Riley, congratulations to you, this very well-deserved scholarship. Now, I guess my first question for you, riding the hoverboard is something I can't even wrap my mind around, but with this being your senior year and you having played the role of fairy godmother, what is a wish that you have for your senior year?
I think that a wish that I have for my senior year would probably be just to spread joy and love to everyone, because I know that school can be really stressful, and especially senior year for sure. So just being able to spread positivity and goodness throughout the whole year would probably be my wish.
That is such a beautiful wish and so selfless as well. Now, we were just chatting and you told me that you're going to be an MDT major, which is music, dance, and theater. For you, obviously very talented. Where did this love for the arts begin for you?
I would have to say that it probably began with my grandmother. I was visiting her house when I was probably about 6, and she heard me singing a song from the Polar Express in the living room as I was watching, and so she pulled me into her room and said, "You should learn this song," and she worked with me, and it just kind of grew from there.
And the rest was history. You were just a little nugget. 6 or 9 years old is what you said, or your mom was saying?
6.
6 years old. Very impressive. Amazing. Riley Anderson, congratulations to you on this well-deserved scholarship. And thank you to Utah Community Credit Union for their support of local high school athletes. UCCU, love where you bank. Back to you guys.
Mariluz, thank you. Before we go to the halftime slide, just a few stats. This is interesting. Davis ran 48 offensive plays, Lehi 12. 224 yards total to Lehi's 11. That pretty much tells the story of the first half. Yeah, I'm looking on the scoreboard right now, and it's 7-6. What do you think?
If I am Coach Larson, I am taking a deep breath and being like, all right, everything's fine. Everything's fine. But that is credit to this Davis defense. This Davis defensive line is absolutely amazing. They are getting after the quarterbacks. That 12 plays equals 4 3-and-outs.
Crazy.
4 3-and-outs, no first downs. This Davis defense is making it happen all over the field and making extra opportunities for this Davis offense. It's awesome to watch.
Davis dominating this game statistically, but the scoreboard says otherwise. 7-6. Davis leads Lehi at the half. This second half is going to be awesome. We can't wait to bring it to you here on Game Night Live. We'll be back in 11 minutes.
Feeling hurt? Uncomfortable standing, walking, or running? Salt Lake Running Company offers free custom shoe fittings. With an assortment of functional footwear and inserts, we've got solutions to help you have your best workout, work day, or work escape. For over 25 years, SLRC's award-winning customer service has helped people find the perfect personalized fit that keeps them comfortably moving. Visit us at one of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com today.
To be one of the premier programs in the Pac-12, you got to have an elite offense, and Utah believes they have built just that under Kyle Whittingham, an offense that was top 4 in the conference in total yards in last season's championship run, a well-balanced attack, second in the conference in rushing yards last fall, averaging nearly 220 yards per game, and the #1 team in the Pac-12 in rushing touchdowns with 38. And Cam Rising, he leads a passing attack that had 3,500 yards passing and the 3rd most passing touchdowns in the conference. An offense loaded with talent at every position and has gained the respect of their conference rivals.
It's a long list of guys, especially you got the tight ends and everything. The running backs are going to be unreal, O-line. So we're ready. We're built for it, and it's going to be a good year for us.
In my opinion, I'm going against the best quarterback in the conference, if not the country, every single day in practice.
Yeah, they're just a well-oiled machine. Like, they well coached, you know, having a good quarterback like Cam. He's a real scrappy guy.
They're consistently, they play hard. I think the thing about Utah that makes them so elite is that it's a dogfight every single time you play them.
They're very talented, very big, very athletic, and you know, I got to bring certain type of moves in when I'm playing them. Yeah.
What Coach Whittingham has installed in their DNA traits as, you know, just being a tough team, you know, a run first team, but you know, also being able to throw the ball now.
Yeah, the offense is stacked, I think, top to bottom. So I'm looking forward to getting back out there with those guys. Physically, still developing there, but mentally, I think I'm ready to go. Just looking forward to getting the ball in play.
Are you on track to start week 1?
Yeah, everything right there is going well right now.
There you go, straight from his mouth. Cam Rising plans to be ready for the season opener against Florida less than 9 months after an ACL injury in the Rose Bowl. His availability in Game 1 and beyond key to the Utes' quest for a three-peat. Utah knows how valuable he is to their Pac-12 title hopes.
and so does the rest of the conference, where he has earned respect among players and coaches.
Rising up the middle, he's in!
One of my favorite players to watch. I told him that and introduced myself. What a competitor. The guy's just hell on wheels.
When I tackled him, it was so hard to get him down on the ground. I was like, Cam, man, why are you so hard to take down? I'm like, and I was just laughing.
I'm a huge Cam Rising fan. I think his toughness and his leadership is kind of beyond parallel in terms of what I've seen over the last couple of years. And, as Cam goes, Utah goes.
He'll throw a ball, get hit in the chin, and hop up. And I think there's something to say about a guy who has that, who plays quarterback with that toughness.
The face of our program right now, his competitive nature, his warrior-like mentality, his work ethic, second to none.
U Conference football registration is open for the 2023 fall tackle football season. This year, we are proud to announce the addition of a girls-only division to play alongside our boys. Team scheduling lines you up against comparable competition, making every snap a valuable life lesson. UC football is safe and fun. Learn the game with confidence. The competition will be fierce and the camaraderie will be second to none. Sign up today at ucfootball.org. That's ucfootball.org.
Hey, look who we found. Not only can you hear him on Hans and Scotty on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone, Monday through Friday at noon through 3 p.m., you're looking at the new analyst for BYU game broadcasts on KSL News Radio. He'll team up with Greg Wrubell on the call starting this fall. Congratulations on that. Are you ready?
I am ready. I just need to learn what football is. And then I'll be really ready.
You got about a month. So good luck with that. All right, let's test you right now. Let's start with this. Do you believe BYU's depth is Big 12 ready?
No, but it's getting close.
Okay.
But I think there's probably 8, 9 teams in the Big 12 right now that their depth isn't ready. I think the teams that you see make a run at the championship, they're the ones that had the depth, and it's just hard to find the depth. Transfer portal is going to make it more and more possible. In fact, you're getting to the point where you have to do it, otherwise you look like you're inept at your job. So they've got a couple of years to get in there, get their depth. They do have some depth at some position. Offensive line, which if you gave me one position group to have depth at, BYU's got that depth at offensive line. Quarterback, not there.
Okay.
And you're going to want to have quarterback depth in the Big 12.
Yes, you will. Let's start with that. Keaton Slovis, that was a big addition. They needed a senior with Power 5 experience. Keaton Slovis, is he a good fit for BYU?
He can be.
Yeah.
It's going to be really difficult for Aaron Roderick and Festus Satake to make sure that they build the right scheme for Keaton Slovis. Yeah. I want BYU fans to think about this a little bit. So Zach Wilson, very capable rusher. Mm-hmm. Jaron Hall, very capable rusher. Keaton Slovis, not a capable rusher.
Right.
You don't put him in zone read.
Yeah.
You don't put him in QB dive. When a pocket does break down, just don't expect it to be a Jaron Hall or a Zach Wilson-like escape. Zach Wilson forced defenses to plan and scheme against his feet. Jaron Hall was a constant threat. Keaton is not that. So you're going to see more spread formations. You're going to see more depth in routes. And it is going to be a quicker release point for Keaton Slovis. His rushing yards should be slim to none. His expectation to rush should be slim to none. And if you work it that way, I do think he's a delivery-style quarterback. He's the old-school, pro-style, sit-and-deliver type quarterback.
In order for him to be successful, he needs receivers and tight ends who are at the top of their game. Does BYU have those guys that are going to help him out?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Isaac Rex, I think, is going to be a terrific tight end. When he's healthy, I think he's one of the better tight ends in the country. I think that Keanu Hill is primed and ready. This is 6'4", long, extended receiver that should be better with placement style football. I think that he should be that. Epps, we called it the ebbs and flows of the offseason, where he was in the transfer portal and he's come back. He is going to be a key target for Keaton, but I think I see Isaac Rex leading in yardage. I see Epps probably leading in targets, and I see Keanu Hill just right there in the middle. There are a couple of transfer portal receivers that I was told by Keaton himself that he's extremely excited about. So I do think that they've got some targets on the outside. And Fesi Sitake is one of the best receiver coaches in the country. He's the passing game coordinator and receiver coach for BYU. And Fesi Sitake has a brilliant mind. He and Aaron Roderick work really well together in the passing game.
I love my new Blazer. It's cute and comfortable, very quiet, and drives really good in any weather condition. My experience buying it here at John Watson Chevrolet was super awesome. Everyone was really friendly. I didn't feel a ton of pressure, and they helped me get the exact Blazer that I wanted. Definitely a 5-star experience.
John Watson Chevrolet, your 5-star Chevy dealer.
I would give them 6 or 7 stars if I could.
All right, we welcome Scott Gerard back into the studio with us to talk a little bit more about this Utah State team that we should be seeing on the field this fall. Let's switch it over to the defensive side of the ball, Scotty. I mean, this is a defense that's been through a lot this offseason, starting with the coaching, right? Ephraim Banda had an opportunity to move on. He moved on. So there's a new identity of this Utah State defense. What is that identity?
Well, it's going to have the same philosophy. And I think it's important to know that their dynamic defensive pressure, they love to get downfield. They love to create tackles for losses. They had the most in the last 2 years of any Utah State team in a 2-year stretch in school history. So that's their IMO. They want to get after the quarterback. They want to create havoc. That's still going to be the case for this team. So keep an eye on that. They will still try to create havoc. It's a different defensive coordinator, but for somebody that's just walking out into the stadium and looking at this team, it's going to look pretty much the same.
I mean, one guy who does create some havoc up front is Hale Motuapuaka. How valuable is he to what they want to do defensively up at Utah State?
Yeah, for a defensive group that is such a dynamic presence on that team, both on and off the field. He's a big leader on that team. It seems like he's been there for a big dynamic piece of who they are defensively.
Linebacker MJ Tafisi said Hale's a father figure on the team, but when I was talking to MJ, he also said he wants to be one of the leaders on the team. Is MJ capable not only being a leader in the huddle, but in the middle of the defense?
Well, and that's the other thing, too, with MJ that's really important to keep an eye on, is that this is a guy that's coming off a really significant injury. Wasn't able to finish this season last year. Had he finished, he would have led the team in tackles by a mile. He's that kind of a player. He's back. He's healthy. Great leader on that team, and I anticipate he'll be able to handle that role and will probably be about a 100-tackle guy this year.
I think there's another guy that might be flying under the radar because of injury from last season. We're talking about Anthony Switzer, right? Yes. This is a defensive back that not a lot of people are hearing about, and he says it's because he wasn't on the field last year, but he expects big things of himself.
Anthony Switzer is a really dynamic player, and this is a guy that also is going to be able to cover, make big tackles, great in run support. And you're right, we didn't see him last year because of the injury. Arkansas State player the year before. He is a guy to keep a really close eye on because they're a little thin in that defensive backfield, and he adds a lot of depth there and a lot of playmaking ability.
Of course, a lot will be expected of Isaac Larson, though, his fellow defensive back, fellow safety. What step can Ike take in this second year?
Boy, the sky's the limit with this guy. He really is. 4 block punts on the year last year. 4.
Ridiculous.
It's just a ridiculous number. And also, he's able to help out in run support.
All right, welcome back to Davis High School in Kaysville. Game night live, Davis versus Lehi. And Lehi, Sly, is one of those teams affected by realignment this year. That was a major story in the offseason. They consolidated 6A into 3 regions instead of 4. And they moved some of those teams that were at a competitive disadvantage in 6A to 5A, and then moved some teams from 5A into 4A. And now you double the size of 4A. It's not just Logan versus St. George. It's spread across the state. So really fascinating what they did with conference realignment. Lehi, one of those teams moving up to 6A. 6A, I mean, this is a big jump for Lehi, even though they were well prepared for it. Mariluz Cook talked to Coach Larson earlier this week about that. Mariluz?
So much like you said, Lehi certainly going through a number of different changes this season, and one of those being realignment, making the jump from 5A, where they obtained back-to-back state titles, to 6A. I did have the opportunity to chat with Coach Larson earlier this week about making the jump and how prepared he feels that they are.
We ended up playing Corner Canyon and beating them last year. I'm trying to think the others. We had Timpview, obviously, and then the other non-region games. So we felt like we've played a pretty tough schedule. So it's still going to be a jump for us because it's going to be consistently week in and week out. But we'll see what we're made out of.
Fun to see what they are made out of. Looking forward to seeing that. Jeremiah and Sly, back to you.
We're seeing what they're made of right here. This is really what we're going to see, Sly. They have faced a lot of adversity in this game. this has not gone their way, and this is a program that's won 19 games in a row. What do you think halftime was like for them? They've never been in this spot. It's been quite a while.
I mean, for me, if I was Coach Larson, I'd be like, take a deep breath, guys. We're not out of the mix. Don't panic. Keep your cool. We've won a lot of games. Your experience, you know how to win games. We've gotten the best shot from Davis. They're doing great. Our defense is holding up. We got to stop killing ourselves. We got to stop with these pre-snap penalties, and we got to advance the ball. We got to help our defense out. So that's what I would be talking about with Coach Larson. Don't panic. Stick to the game plan. Let's make this happen.
These stats, Sly, are fascinating. We go to passing yards, 240 to 14. You would, before the game, you would have thought, oh, Lehi would have won that battle. No, it's Davis, 240 to 14. With the sophomore quarterback, Trayden Bessinger is 24 of 36 for 240 yards and a touchdown and an interception. He's absolutely lighting it up. Jet New, only 3 of 8. A quarterback that we thought was going to light it up here tonight just hasn't had a chance. I mean, they've had 4 possessions, 3 and out on each one. These stats are crazy. And then I go to the total offensive plays, yards, possession. We talked about possession. 48 plays for Davis, 12 for Lehi. 48 to 12. I never thought that would have been possible. That's insane.
Well, I mean, when you put those numbers out there, the hands on the hips is definitely warranted. You're definitely going to be tired if you're out there that much and your offense is not. This is exactly how you want to do it. You want to control the clock, and the running game is normally how you control the clock. Both of these teams are in the negative in the running category.
Right.
They are throwing the ball like crazy. That's the new age football. But like normally, if you're controlling the clock, you're Davis, that means you're running the football. But that is not the case. Davis is doing a great job with controlling the tempo and making it what they want.
The kickoff into the end zone for a touchback. No surprise there. Last thing I'll say about that first half. Time of possession, Davis 19:47. Lehi 4 minutes 13 seconds. 4 minutes and 13 seconds. It's really hard to do anything in that time. So now here they go. Lehi's got the ball first. Here's where we start the second half. And Lehi wants this to be completely different. Let's see how they respond here. Things did not go their way in the first half. Let's see how they respond in the second half. Down just 1 point, despite being dominated in the statistics.
I'd get the ball to Devon Eka.
That's exactly what they do, and he's got some room. Nice gain on first down, about 6 or 7 yards.
That's what I would do. This whole drive, I would feature Devon Eka, whether that's a swing pass or whether that's straight up the gut runs. That's exactly where Lehi was the last 2 years with Carson Gonzalez. They fed Carson Gonzalez, and that's where they found success. Other things with Jackson Purcell spreading the ball out amongst his receivers started to open up. I think they need to do that. Jet New and Devon Eka needs to be that 1-2 punch here, and they just got to give him the ball. I'd give the ball to Devon Eka every single play right now.
2nd and 3. That's exactly what they do. Eka again, got the edge. Eka's loose! Devon Eka! See ya! 73 yards. Touchdown, Lehi!
Don't panic. We're still there. Coach Larson, man. This is what I was talking about in the first half. Davis was absolutely dominating, but they weren't taking advantage of their domination.
Yeah.
That was 2 plays right there. Yep. Completely flipped the script of momentum and the scoreboard. That's huge. They should go for 2 right here. But that's all this game was. Here's a 1-point game. This one play sucked the air out of this stadium in a heartbeat.
The extra point, nearly blocked, but it is good. And just like that, all the stats I read to you about that first half don't matter anymore because of one play by Devon Eka in that offensive line.
Yep, that was a bad angle right there. You got to go cross the body if you're making a tackle. Don't dive at the near side, dive at the far side because you're going to stop his run, and then the rest of the defense can if you miss the tackle. Here, he jumps just short. You got to shoot for that outside leg, and he shot for that front leg. But this is the thing. Coach Larson was saying it. We had a scrimmage. We threw a swing pass to Devon Eka. He made one cut, and he was gone for 90 yards. Ooh. And that is what you see from Devon Eka, and what you're going to see a lot this year on highlights all through the season of Lehi is Devon Eka doing things like that. That guy is very dynamic and just a sophomore.
This young man is special. He's already one of the best running backs in the state, and he, like Sly said, he is just a sophomore, one of the most athletic and explosive young players in this state. And Lehi's got him for this season and 2 more.
2 more after this. Yeah. That one play was those 2 plays, right? I mean, the first play he gained 8 yards. That was a big pickup, and then the very next play he broke it. But you give one person that amount of breathing room. You don't have room for error. You don't have room for error at all, and that's why like a lot of teams like to start out on offense in the second half, is because you get the best shot of your opponent in that first half, and then you get to control the second half, and that's exactly what Lehi's doing right here.
How will Davis respond? It took 46 seconds for them to lose their lead. That'll help. Close to the first down. Brighton Pierce with a gain of about, they're going to give him a first down. That's a gain of 10.
That was a great cutback run. Right there, put your head down and get that extra yards. That's what you got to do. A lot of guys shy away from that. Always try to get to the sideline and go horizontal. If you're going horizontal, you're not gaining yards. Great job by Brighton Pierce right there, making the cut back into the middle and getting straight upfield and picking up that first down. Same thing for Davis, though. This is one thing that I told Coach Perry during the week. Ride the wave. Yep. Ride the ups, ride the downs, stay in it, stay locked in, stick with your game plan.
No gain there, or if he got a yard, maybe. Again, this is week 1. You're learning a lot about your team, yes. And I've been very impressed with Davis. Bessinger's been better than advertised. He's been terrific. But again, you're playing a team with Lehi with a ton of talent, coaches that have won state championships, multiple. It's a great opportunity for both of these teams to learn a lot about themselves week 1. Mm-hmm. It's a long season of discovery, and we're learning a lot here in week 1. Both teams. Bessinger, handoff. That gap closed up quick, but he gets about 4 yards on the carry, maybe 5.
You know what's hard about that? That's a great play call, great run. That was a great pickup, right? In the second down, got about 5-yard pickup right there. Which is not what that play is for. The play is designed to hit it up in the middle, just like he did. But if he had followed the puller around the side, he had a lead blocker on the safety, and he was gone. But the play is designed to hit it up inside, so you got to do your responsibilities. I'm telling you, guys like Chris Johnson, Adrian Peterson, guys that I face, they would have followed that blocker because they would have set up the defender inside, bit it outside, and would have been off to the races. It's a feel thing. It's a feel thing.
3rd and 5. Fake pitch. Bessinger. Nice pocket. Comes short. It's caught. Can he get to the marker? No, he cannot. A group of Lehi defenders. Isaiah Allen started it.
Isaiah Allen again.
And Paul Latu as well. Latu's had a heck of a game at that linebacker spot.
Isaiah Allen, I feel like he's going to have a game-changing play here in this second half. Either a pick 6. I know he's already got that fumble recovery for a touchdown. But the way he's breaking on the ball, he's reading it very, very well. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's very, very confident in how he's going about things.
Lehi's not going to be happy about that. They had to take a timeout on special teams because they had the wrong personnel in. We're going to take a timeout as well. 4th and 5 for Davis when we come back.
I love my new Chevy Blazer. The first time I saw one driving down the road, I knew I had to have one. It fits my skis perfectly. It's cute and comfy. I got my Chevy Blazer at John Watson Chevrolet. My experience was amazing. The staff always treats you like family, and it was easy from start to finish. I would rate John Watson Chevrolet 5 stars. In fact, I would give them 10 stars.
John Watson Chevrolet, your 5-star Chevy dealer.
I would definitely recommend anyone looking for a new car to come to John Watson Chevrolet.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
4th and 1. Bessinger's going to hand it off. We got a flag. Oh, he's loose.
Ferber.
Shoestring tackle. Jacob Ferber going in on offense and picking up a first down, but there is a flag on the play.
Bring it back.
Boston Fabrizio made a touchdown-saving tackle, but it may be all for naught anyway. It's coming back. We'll redo 4th down, this time 4th and 6.
You got to punt it now. Play that field position battle. You got to punt it.
Sly, I'm going to give Davis a lot of credit and Coach Peary. They have been aggressive.
Yes.
This is even farther than 5. Sorry, that's a different call. They have been aggressive. It really has paid off. You take away a couple of mistakes, getting the play call in late, having the fumble happen, and the end of the half stuff. There's game management things that they have to work on. But the aggression, the play calling, the offense has been really good. I've been impressed.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the big change at quarterback, right? Jackson Stevens.
Yeah, you got a sophomore out there.
Yeah, and so Bessinger's done a terrific job. I've really been impressed with how this sophomore has handled himself in this game. He's got to work on his deep ball accuracy and timing, but that'll come. You know, that comes with experience, and the more and more you do. But how he's been composed and his poise in the pocket and handling the pressure from this Lehi, this good, very good Lehi defense. I've been very impressed with him. And so when you got changes like that happens in this offense, and the things that they've been able to do, being able to use freshmen like Bodie Sparrow and Cash Gates and Tyson Daggett spreading the ball around. You got a lot of dynamic people on this offense. So this team is great. It's poised. It's a great first game. Learning a lot about themselves, about how they need to do the offense, right? It's like, how do I need to go about myself every single time? I think they've done a terrific job.
Fabrizio back for Lehi. Ooh, that's a short punt. Not what they wanted, but a great bounce for Davis. Bounces down to the 40. We got some shenanigans going on midfield. They'll clean it up. No harm, no foul. The Davis fans want a penalty for that. I don't know if you saw that on the screen there. I didn't see, but some little funny business going on there between both teams, but it's all clear and all good fun.
That's normally me in those scuffles. I don't know how. I always attract the scuffles.
It's a special teams thing.
Right. The Ravens, you can guarantee I was in one of those every single
rivalry games.
Oh, they're the best. Nothing like it. That's why I'm great. The Holy War's back, baby.
Yes, it is.
The Holy War's back.
Yes.
I can't
No one's
wait.
happier than you. Big 12 style.
Oh, yeah.
Big time on Fox.
Team down south, get ready for some punishment.
You know your Mark's going to want to pump that thing up.
Oh, yeah. Another 9 straight, I could take it. 9 straight victories, we could do it. I can't wait for that to come back. That is great for college football. Anytime rivalries can continue on, love it.
7:48, third quarter. Trips right for Jet New. Devon Eckett in the backfield after his 73-yard touchdown. New's going to run through it. Wide open down the middle. The catch is made. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jace John.
He didn't drop that one.
No, he did not. He can forget about that drop in the first half. He's got his first touchdown of 2023.
Well, now they're all positives in all category, right? You know, they were low in the passing category, minus in the rushing category. Last 2 drives, they are all positive. As I said, don't panic. Game's still in reach. Continue the game plan. That's what they're doing. Jet New settled down, not letting the Davis D-line pressure get to him, finding a wide-open Jace John over the middle, and then you let Jace John do his thing. Jace John knows how to do it with the ball in his hand, so this Lehi offense is back.
So Lehi, just like that, puts up 14 second-half points, and they now lead 20-7. Here's another look at the touchdown.
Look at that. Perfect. Jace John is a dynamic guy with the ball in his hands. Gets into the end zone, walks into the end zone. And they feel it. They're hyped. The momentum is all the way back on their sideline.
You got to feel good if you're Jace John, or feel good for Jace John. Anytime somebody has a play like that and they're able to make up for it like that, that's just awesome.
I mean, honestly,
big-time touchdown.
Jet New, right? He's settling in. settling in, making great plays, accurate throw right there, getting the ball to the open guy. Jet New has the athletic ability to be able to use his legs, but his eyes stay downfield.
Yeah.
He's one of those athletic quarterbacks where his eyes stay downfield and he's looking for the pass. He's like, I got dynamic people around me. I just got to give him the ball. Now they're up by 2 scores here, so they can get into controlling the clock mode, get the ball to Grayson Brousseau or run the football with Devon Eka, really control this clock. They're in control now. Now Davis has got to be ultra aggressive. They got to be really strategic with how they do it, right?
Yeah.
You know, they can't be playing around. It's not time to test things out. You got to go.
2 explosive plays in the second half have completely flipped this game to the Lehi Pioneers. What a response here in the second half. I can't imagine what it was like in halftime. I'm sure maybe Ed Larson didn't say anything. I have no idea.
I honestly,
this is a different team, obviously.
With the way we watched him at practice, I don't think he said anything. I really don't.
Maybe he didn't need to.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that I saw from the last 2 years of covering Lehi is how much he allows his coaches, his assistant coaches, to do their thing.
Yeah.
And that always proves well for success. I think when 2008, Coach Witt allowed the position coaches and coordinators to do their thing, we had success. When I went all the way to Super Bowl with the Steelers, the position coaches and coordinators did their thing. You let people do their job. It's what you hired them for. And I think Coach Larson was cool. That's got to be a question we got to ask him after the game. So what was the halftime conversation? What did you say? I bet you anything. He didn't say anything.
Yeah.
He's got this calm about him. It's almost alarming. It's like, why aren't you more amped?
I've seen him get more amped after, getting after his players after wins than losses.
Right.
Which, there's the whole psychological aspect of things.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Things aren't given.
There's a little bit of a game to play there. Mm-hmm. Not too high, not too low, right?
Right.
All right, Davis, 2nd and 6 from the 24. Under 7 minutes to play, third quarter. Bessinger gets out of the pocket. Throwing downfield.
That's PI.
Ooh.
That's holding something.
No call.
Oh, wow. That's what's hard about those plays when the quarterback gets out of the pocket and the receiver changes his route again. The defender normally gets caught in those situations because normally a receiver only has 1 or 2 moves, right?
Yeah.
You got the double move, the post corner, or just a post. But when the receiver starts doing 3 to 4 moves, as a defender, you start to panic, and that's when you start to grab and hold, which is what I saw, but maybe the refs didn't see that.
3rd down and 6. Bessinger. Pocket starting to collapse. He gets out in the open. He wants to throw it. He does, and he just misses Baggett. Incomplete pass, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, that could have been it's hard. He's rolling out to his left, but that could have been a nice little touch pass right there. Rolling out to the left, really, that could have been a touch pass out to the outside, more on the outside shoulder right there so he can catch it and run. But that's so hard and difficult rolling out to your left, especially a sophomore quarterback. Rolling out to your left as a right-hander, trying to get that accuracy.
Fabrizio back again for Lehi. Much better punt this time. High. Fabrizio takes it to the 40. He's got room to run to the sideline, inside the 50, down to the 43-yard line. So great field position for Lehi. And this offense has been on fire here in the second half, and this is going to only help them continue that momentum.
This second half, Lehi, is what we saw the last 2 years.
That's what we expected to see tonight.
Right. So that first
explosive
half
plays.
It's a little shaky as it comes, right?
I think we're just not used to seeing Lehi struggle offensively. I think that's what really took us for a loop.
You got to get back to the bones. Your foundation is running the football.
It wasn't just struggle. It was 4 3-and-outs with no first downs the entire half. Different team now. Eka on the screen. Eka, room to run. Makes a cut inside. Tackled inside the 20. Devon Eka.
Look at that speed. Look at the speed.
A 25-yard gain.
Watch this speed. Watch when he's able to turn upfield. Look at that. Acceleration. Boom.
1 tackle away from making it another score.
Yes. This is what we were talking about with the dynamic ability of Eka. Get him the football at all costs. That's what you want to do, and I think that's what Larson's going to do here in this second half. Sophomore running back, as dynamic as he is, he's going to get the ball a lot here.
Handoff Eka. Ooh, he's taken down. He's going nowhere. Number 56. Ami Moala. We talked about the sophomore earlier. This is somebody who's going to play big-time Division I football when he's all done.
I mean, he's got offers from a lot of
BYU and Utah included.
USC, BYU, Utah. He's got a lot of offers. He's just a sophomore. This guy is already built like a D1 athlete, and he's got 2 more years to develop.
New, quick out. Ooh, nice play. How about that defensively? You flex on him, young man. Woo! Drew Cunningham, the captain, with the TFL.
That's what it's going to take. That is what it's going to take. You're going to take plays like this. This defense has played pretty well all night. Besides those 2 big plays, those 3 big plays, this defense has played really well, but this defense is going to have to do more, right? You're going to have to do more. Your offense is honestly non-existent, especially in the second half. They're not putting some points. So you as a defense, you got to take it upon yourself. I got to strip the football. I got to cause turnovers. I got to score on defense. I got to win this game on defense.
Third down, Eka turns the corner, finds a gap. He's not going to get there. So the Davis defense does a great job here. They are in field goal range. Let's see what Coach Larson wants to do, whether he wants to take a field goal attempt. And I imagine he does. Gavin Finn's great kicker.
Yeah, they got a great field goal kicker on this football team. You take those points, you're already up 14 points. You make that happen. Oh.
No, they're not.
We don't know what we're talking about over here.
We're a couple of idiots.
Coach Larson must have
4 minutes left in the fourth. 4th and 10, they're going for it. From the 17, Jet New in the pocket. Trouble coming. Gets it off to Eka. Can he shake and bake? Oh, man. He fights, and he's not going to get there. What a play by the Davis defense. They were up to the challenge. Coach Larson fooled all of us. We thought they were going to kick a field goal. They go for it, and they were this close to getting it. But how about that Davis defense? They were up to the task.
Yeah, Coach Larson must have felt some wind in the air. He's like, I'm not taking that chance. But you got a guy like Devon Eka where you can dump the ball off on the sidelines, and he can make some plays. And
yeah, he was close.
Came that close to picking up that 11-yard first down. So, I mean, they came close.
Hey, I think they were out for blood. I think there were sharks that tasted
sharks
blood.
In the water. And that's a coaching deal right there, right? You got to make that decision of, do I put this thing away?
Now Davis has a chance. Incomplete pass. This will be 2nd and 10 from the 10-yard line.
Ozzie Williams on the coverage. Great tight coverage right there. He was glued to the receiver, didn't have an opening. So normally when you see a 3-by-1 set, this is what I coach my kids on. You got a 3-by-1 set, that backside is always the #1 route. Whether it's a slant, whether it's a go route, whether it's a slant, your idea is you got a 3-by-1 right here. That means you're going to get one-on-one on the backside. And you want to take advantage of it. That's your Antonio Browns, your Roy Williams. Those are your big-time receivers on the backside that you want to get.
Oh, almost had it. Bessinger with a nice pass, but Baggett couldn't hold on. It would have been a first down. So now 3rd and 10 from the 10. 3:32 left to play third quarter.
Davis, your offense is non-existent.
This game has flipped completely.
Completely. In a matter of minutes. It wasn't even halfway through the third quarter when Lehi made their surge. And so this is Davis has to do something. They got to do something. They got to give that extra effort. They got to give their defense some breathing room, because by them going 3 and out, they're not giving their defense enough rest.
Bessinger's going to roll to his left, looking for somebody. Finds Baggett. Can he get to the marker? He's going to try his best. It's not quite. He's a yard short.
What do?
You can't go for it there, can you?
Yes, you have to, because Lehi's too dynamic. I would go full, but I would have went tempo. We called it purple with the Steelers. go purple, purple, and you go quick to the line of scrimmage, you do QB sneak. Ben Roethlisberger's bigger than the most running backs. So he almost always picked up our first down, but that's what I would have did.
They will punt on 4th and 1, unless they fake it. They will not. And Fabrizio's back to receive. He's got it. He's got room to run. He's dancing. He's got a lane. Gets down to the 42, 43-yard line. And once again, Lehi with great field position, as they have this entire quarter.
If you can get 6 to 7 yards on a punt return, that is an excellent return. And that's what he did right there. He's got a good 6 to 8 yards there on that return, making it a 43-yard football field a year ago. As your offense has been, as dynamic as you've been, you only need a little bit. And that was a great punt return right there. Protected the football. Fabrizio was all in control. It was a good return.
If it doesn't happen tonight, it's going to happen sometime. Fabrizio's going to take one to the house. He's a very talented return man.
Yes.
3:11 to play third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 42. Lehi in Davis territory to start this drive. Jet new over the middle. It's caught. It's Brousseau. Grayson Brousseau down to the 40. So Brousseau now getting involved in the pass game. To be honest, nobody got involved in anything in the first half for Lehi.
Yeah, I mean,
14 yards of total offense. This has been a completely different situation. I mean, you could not have a more opposite
halves.
That's crazy. Football's a funny sport.
It's amazing. That's why I was just like 7 to 6. Coach Larson is like
2nd and 8. Eka dancing. Wow, what a move.
That should have been a TFL.
How did he get positive yardage on that play?
No idea. But after that long run, you can see the confidence in him himself.
Yeah.
In the way that he's running the football, making his cuts, he knows what he's capable of. And so you're seeing it in the way that he's running the football. And as a sophomore, man, you can only just imagine what he's going to be like by the time it's 2026.
He's a next level running back.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
2:30 left third quarter. This third quarter feels as long as the first half. A lot of action here. 6 yards for a first down for Lehi. Can they get it? Jetnew going deep, taking a shot. Great defense. Nick Johnson broke that up. You could not play that better as a defensive back. It's a nice throw. It's there. He was just there. Made a great play.
It's a little tug on the defense.
Maybe.
But, you know, whatever they don't call is whatever it is. He beat the defender. Jetnew's got to get that ball to the pylon.
Yep. It's got to be the outside shoulder as well,
outside
right?
shoulder. That's it. Every time you throw a fade route, outside shoulder, right? He's got to throw that ball to the pylon. That ball was too far inside. The receiver had to adjust and come back because he beat the defender. That was just not a great thrown ball.
Lehi goes for it again on 4th down. New in the pocket, looking downfield. Throws it out. That's incomplete, and Davis will take over.
You know what? The way your
Darts
defense is playing, I'd go for it on 4th down all the time.
Absolutely.
The way their defense is playing in this third quarter,
yeah.
Your defense is fresh. They got 2, 3 and outs already. Like, I'd go for it on 4th down. You're in their territory, so it's like you punted. Be aggressive, and that's what sharks in the water, as you said. So that's coaching style, and whatever you feel like as a coach, it's like it's that time. Especially in 6A, you want to really establish yourself. Go for it. Your defense doesn't seem worried. They don't care that you went for it on 4th down. Go for it. Love it.
Bessinger. Swing past to Baggett. Makes a move. Tries to get to the edge. First down or more. Down to the 50.
Man, he is shifty.
Tackle made by Max Ray. Baggett gets a first down.
It is extremely hard to tackle him in the open field. That he is so shifty, so quick to the edge. There's certain techniques you can do, but that's something you can't really coach, man. You can't coach that speed. That guy is fast.
2 minutes, third quarter. Bessinger over the pocket. That's a catch.
Bodie
Sparrow. About an 8-yard gain. Mark him down to the 38, 39-yard line.
I'll tell you right now, first game of the year, the way the coach is throwing to Bodie Sparrow, this guy is talented.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Oh, my. They are featuring him a lot.
Does he look like a freshman?
No, he doesn't.
No, he does not.
But, like, you know a guy's a guy. First game of the year, you're an actual freshman, and they're featuring you the way.
Yep.
Like, that play was designed for him.
Yep.
Nobody else for him. The way that everybody else ran their routes, that was a receiver screen. Oh, man, that was great.
Bessinger in the pocket. He's in trouble. He goes down. Lehi swallows him up.
He's got to have a clock in his head. He's got to have a clock.
Panisimani Taki in the backfield, as was Fuapana Mama.
Look at that pocket collapse.
Sharing the sack.
Look at this pocket collapse. Great pressure right there. Oh, my gosh. Taki is a beast.
He's been active tonight.
His one-arm stab is dangerous.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of people use that. He uses it extremely well. He gets right under that shoulder pad and pushes that. Oh, is that the umpire down?
Yeah, we got an official who is injured.
Is he injured or is he looking at the field?
Oh, I hope it's just the field. He went down to his knee. Sorry if he was not. Oh, he's fixing the turf. Sorry to alert anybody. All I saw was him go down to the earth. I'm like, oh, no, I hope he's all right. But no, he's just fixing some turf. So a break there. Sly, this is not the first time these two teams have faced each other. And look, the kids are different, but the coach has been the same. Schools have been the same. This is the third straight year in a row that Lehi and Davis have played each other. They played in the season opener both these years. Back in 2021, they played right here at Davis High School. And that game went to overtime with Davis coming out with the win. And then last year, Lehi blew them out at home. But Davis recovered nicely after that, went on to reach the quarterfinals in the playoffs. But it's been interesting to see these two teams go at it 3 years in a row. I love it when teams schedule each other the same each and every year, because you kind of build like a non-region rivalry. Kind of like, so Springville and Dixie are playing tonight for like something like the 20th straight year. Springville and Dixie, they're separated by 350 miles. Why are they playing each other? They have a rivalry now because of that. So it's really fun to see these teams repeatedly play each other year in and year out in an opener.
We covered that game.
We've done a Dixie Springville game, yes.
Yeah, it was the opener.
And we strongly considered it again this year.
Yeah, that is a great game. Dixie coming up in those buses, man. When you build a little frustration, and the hot bus is driving all the way up here.
Yeah.
And then knowing you have to go all the way home, you want to come away with the win. So that is a great matchup. I love these non-conference rivalries. It's good football, good on good. Good on good is what we called it. This game has been great. For me, this has been great. Defensive matchup strategy. What do you do coming out of the half? What do you traditionally do? New QBs. You got new QBs, new dynamics on your offense, testing out exactly what you got. A lot of experimenting things happen in non-conference games, right? Reading some articles about Davis, they're focused on the region.
Yeah.
They want to win that Region 1 title. That is their goal. And so doing that, you've got to make sure that you know exactly how you're going to do it. What's your tempo going to be in and out of every game? What is your defensive line? What is the makeup of this team? Can I trust my kicker? Can I trust my punter? Can I trust, my offensive line? In which situations? End of the half, end of the game. These are a lot of things before you get into region play with Syracuse and Farmington that I got to test out. And what way to go against a two-time state 5A champion in Lehi and Coach Larson.
While they fix this issue on the field, let's take a break. 40 seconds left to go third quarter. Lehi leads Davis 20-7 in the third quarter.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on
Locally operated with locations along the Wasatch Front, SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
If you want to avoid your AC breaking down this summer, the best thing you can do is stay on top of your AC's annual maintenance. But if you do find yourself with an air conditioner blowing hot air, Any Hour Services technicians service all brands, and they can usually get to you pretty quick. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. Whether you need maintenance, repair, or replacement, the technicians at Any Hour Services can help you keep your home comfortable all summer long. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
Looks like we've got this field issue solved, so we're going to get back into action here. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. It's 20-7. Lehi leads Davis. The Darts had a 7-6 lead at halftime, but Lehi has scored 14 unanswered. That's a first down for Davis.
It's a little aggressive takedown.
A little bit.
Cash Gates with the quick first down pickup, though. Great play. If you get off coverage, you get soft coverage on the outside, you got to take that every single day. You know, Isaiah Allen's doing a great job on this bottom side here, but on that far side, they're playing extremely light. Look how far that corner is off, playing him right there. I'd get him the ball like that every single time.
Screenplay. Works well. Big gain. Logan Sundloff. We haven't seen a lot of tight end action tonight for Davis, but Sundloff gets in on the fun on that play. First down.
Great call right there, but it seems like they're going at that right side of the offense. Isaiah Williams over there, Ozzie Williams over there is playing really light, so you're getting a lot of, see, same thing.
Nice pass by Bissinger.
That's the third straight play.
I'm not sure what that was all about.
They didn't blow the whistle.
You're right, they did not. That was actually a heads-up play by...
Yeah, play through the whistle. Great job.
Carson Wren made a heads-up play.
Davis is attacking the right side of this offense. You know, they're designing plays coming from the front side, ending up over there, but they're seeing a window of opportunity over there on that right side offense. So it's going to go heavy, 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 and then hit them on the other side when they got ISO. So let's see how they go here.
1st and 10. They're at the 14-yard line. Bissinger. Catch is made. Makes a move. Didn't quite get there. Now we got a flag.
Great play call. Great
Brighton
screen.
Pierce with the catch and run.
Look at this quick action right here. Great decision right there by Bissinger. Face mask. Great job right there. Now they're going to be half the distance to the goal. Now they're going to have first down and goal from the 2-yard line. A lot of people may think this is easy. This is not easy. When you're that close to the goal line, it is not easy to do unless you have, like, Jerome Bettis. If you got Jerome Bettis back there and you know it's guaranteed, that's what you do. But this is going to be a face mask call. They're going to go in there, so Coach Peary needs to get – honestly, I'd have 3 plays ready to go. You got to know exactly what I'm doing from this yard line. They're at the 1-yard line, not 2. They're going to be at the 1-yard line. You got to punch this in. This is not easy.
4 seconds left in the third quarter.
This is actually very exciting because the way that Lehi's defensive line has been playing, they've been extremely dominant. But you got a veteran offensive line in Davis. How are you going to do this?
They got a jumbo in the backfield to help out.
Yeah, and Ferber, you hand the ball off to Ferber, man. He's a brute. He'll get it done. Look at his double lead. Oh, Cuban keep.
Bessinger keeps. Can he get in?
Yes.
Into the end zone. The Darts cut the lead.
I think that was all Bessinger. I think that was all Bessinger. He saw them blitzing up the middle, and he was going to take that runaway like they did in the first half, and he circled out and made a play for himself and got it to the end zone. That was all the sophomore QB right there, making a dynamic play right there. Great head to look at him.
Yeah, Coach Curry's loving it.
Yeah, that was all the QB right there. That was not a designed QB run. Great job by Bessinger, heads up play.
Bessinger's first rushing touchdown of his high school varsity career. And just like that, Davis responds just as the quarter ends. We've got a 20-14 ball game.
You see how Latu shot that gap in the first half? He saw that exact same thing happening, and so he kept it. Great job. But what was great is he held it for a second as if he was going to hold it, as if he was going to hand it off, and then bounce it.
He got Latu on that one.
Great job. He saw Latu shoot the gap, which is great. It's what you got to do. So many quarterbacks just, I'm going to do the play call. But that's how you know you got a guy who understands the game. Great job by Bessinger right there.
And we're having a lot of fun here tonight. This crowd is awesome. And Mariluz Cook's finding that out right now, especially in the student section. Let's go down to Mariluz. She's having a blast. It was so loud we couldn't even hear Mariluz.
Right.
That's how loud that student section is. 20-14, Davis now down by 6. Lehi still with the lead, though, and still in command. But now, Sly, this is what we wanted.
Yes.
Fourth quarter, we got 12 minutes.
Yes.
It's a 6-point ball game, a 1-touchdown, 1-possession game. Here we go.
Show me what you got.
This is fun.
Show me what you got.
What a great way to start another high school football season here on Game Night Live.
I think the momentum is even right now. Last Lehi possession was a punt, ended in a punt. Davis just scored. You're kicking the ball out of the end zone consistently. Your defense is great. It's where it's all at. What can you do here? Who's going to make a play? This is where that fourth quarter, right? Bend but don't break. Who's going to break here in this fourth quarter? This is going to be an awesome, awesome ending to this football game. Let's see, do you go to control the clock or do you stay aggressive?
Aggression has worked nicely for Lehi. I think they still have to stay.
The last couple years, it's worked nicely. Coach Larson is an aggressive coach.
Jet New rolling out.
Oh, out and up. Throw it deep.
Oh. He's going to throw that somewhat away. Did hit the hands of a receiver, but they were just trying to go on to the next play. See that Lehi offensive line. They're stacked again this year. They're led by Jensen Somerville. You can see him right there, big number 66. He has committed to UCLA, so he is headed to the Big Ten next year.
He is a big boy. He is 6'8".
He'll fit in nicely in that conference.
Yeah, typical UCLA lineman, too.
Yeah.
6'8", 295 already. Extremely athletic. This guy moves very well.
Protecting that blind side for Jet New. Another nice run by Eka. About 7-8 yards. Short yardage, third down now.
That's a win.
Absolutely.
If I could get 8 yards per run, that's a win. Great job by Eka right there. He's thinking that first half. Eka had 2 carries for 0 yards in the first half. The first 2 possessions, he had 80 yards.
Crazy, right?
First 2 possessions of the second half, he had 80 yards.
Clock running down to 11 minutes to play. New. Handoff again. They're going to go to Eka.
Great defense.
Ooh, he's swallowed up by that Davis defense. They have been stout tonight.
Again, Tuala right there. Penetrating.
Oof.
Oh, no,
The whole group
That's
of them.
That's a Moala right there. Look,
Carter Dorius was in there. They were all in there.
And you make them punt, right? This is great. This defensive line here, they got multiple guys on there that is going to make plays all across the board. This would be a big, big win for Davis. They pull out this game here. But that defensive line has stayed stout and done some tremendous things. Oh.
Isaac Morrison on the punt return. Sophomore. Positive yards, past the 40. Good field position for the Darts. With 10:25 left, let's see what they can do.
Great return.
It's their turn now.
Great return is 5 yards. That's exactly what he did. He possessed the ball, didn't let it get a Lehi bounce. You got up the field, gained 5 yards. Now you only got 57 yards to go.
Sly been impressed with this sophomore quarterback. He's had a great night. He's thrown a lot of passes.
Especially on that last possession.
Trayden Bessinger, great play at the goal line, but it's fourth quarter. Let's see how he does. In the pocket, swings it back to Baggett. Makes a move. Ooh, that's a penalty. We saw that from all the way up here.
Was it?
He'll make the argument. He got the jersey. I'd like to see a replay.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw face mask.
That's Tamala with the tackle.
No, there's no face mask on that.
That was all jersey, unless there was contact. There was maybe at the start of it with the head, but you're right. It was all jersey.
That was.
Are they discussing this, or are they gonna? They're gonna mark it off.
I didn't see face mask.
Well, that's a tough one for
Lehigh.
That's
a hard one.
I can see how in a quick instant you think you saw that, but he got all jersey.
Yeah, but that's the sideline officials got to come in on that and correct that. Y'all got to play, because where the referee was, it looked like face mask. But the sideline official had the best angle. He's got to come in and say, no, it wasn't. That was all jersey. That was a great play right there by Tamala in the open field. Baggett, as we said, extremely fast and dangerous. And you're able to make that play from a D-line position. He grabbed the front of the jersey and swung him down. That is not a horse collar. That is a perfect play.
Incomplete pass intended for
Gates.
Cash Gates.
Davis fans don't like it, but that was simultaneous context right there.
After the gift on that last play, they got to at least give the referees a break on one play.
Right.
One play.
That was a gift, because that was not face mask.
Well, Davis now 2nd and 10 from the Lehi 46. What a fun second half this has been. Great game overall. Huge swings in this game of momentum. Now Davis trying to take a swing.
Yeah, they're running the crap out of these stick routes.
Down to the 41.
They're doing 5-yard stick routes all the time. They're just going up and sitting down right in there, because this Lehi's playing zone. And the reason Lehi's playing zone so much is because they're tired. Just like at the end of that second half, you saw them sucking a lot of wind at the end of that first half. They got a lot of rest in that third quarter. That Lehi offense was dominating the time of possession in that third quarter, so they got some rest. But these last 2 possessions from Davis, Lehi's been on the field, and you see those hands on those hips go again. And these stick routes, that's the thing that you want to do against this zone defense.
Bessinger's thrown 50 passes in this game. Here comes another. Oh, it's dropped. It's dropped. It was a forward pass. It's incomplete. So it'll be 4th and 5. Oof, drive killer there. They had the benefit of that penalty. They're in Lehi territory, and
Peary seems like he's aggressive. He wants this.
Well, this is a position where you almost have to slide, right?
Yeah, you really do, because you don't want to give the ball back to Devon Eka, man. When you had an opportunity, you got them in there. I would go for it too. But the clock's running. You got to go. You got to set this up. You got to be comfortable at the line of scrimmage. So you got to go.
Yeah, play clock's down to 10.
All right, you're good. You're good. 7. You got to go now.
All right, Bessinger gets it. Over the middle. Intercepted! The pass is intercepted! Landon Keller Liufau. 5'11", 265-pound defensive lineman. That's 3 turnovers tonight for Davis. And that one hurts, although it's 4th down.
Great hands.
Yes.
From your D tackle. That was a one-handed grab right there. Great hands. Oh, my gosh, it's so athletic. But, Davis, you've done several plays like that where you motion the running back and you come back. You've done that so many times. Those D linemen know it's coming. So he stayed home.
Bessinger was looking for Frazier, and it threw it behind him, and that was the result. We got a flag on the play. A nice gain, but
it's going to be holding.
It's coming back.
This is a big break for Davis to get this 10-yard holding penalty right here. This will push them back, but essentially going for it on 4th down. They got an interception. It was like it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
Right.
You were either going to convert or you didn't.
Honestly, this holding penalty they got was bigger than the interception.
100%.
Because now you're pushed back. You get to keep the down, luckily. But now it's 1st and 20 instead of 1st and 10.
Clock does run, and that clock is in Lehi's favor with a 6-point lead on the road.
But it can change like that.
As we've seen multiple times tonight.
Right.
Trips to his left, New in the pocket. The catch is made. Back up to the original line of scrimmage. That's Mays Madsen with the catch. Clock runs. Lehi in no hurry.
Second down, 7 and 10 for the Pioneers.
Let's see what they do here. Keeping Grayson on the boundary. I would run it.
Eka up the middle, turns to the left. Breaks into the secondary inside the 40. That'll move the chains. So 1st and 20, no problem.
Devon Eka, I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, remember this name for the next 3 years, and especially this season. This guy is extremely great. It's 2nd and 11, and you can hand the ball off, and it's better than a pass. He is a dynamic weapon for you. He's going to be great. He's put on weight in this offseason, so he's a little heavier than he was last year.
Strong.
He's going to put more weight on. Coach Larson said last year, he told us, I'm going to take it upon myself to make him a project.
Catch is made by Madsen. Madsen on the edge. Turns on the Jets and is knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 20. And another Lehi first down.
This Lehi offense seems in complete control. Look at the way that they're throwing the ball, the way that they're making plays happen. Open field, just like open field tackles like that, he's got to shoot for the outside legs to force the offensive guy to go back into the middle of the field where the rest of his defense is. Because if you go outside, that's away from everybody. And that's exactly what they're. Mays Madsen, as speedy guy as he is, gets the edge and gets the 1st down.
New hands off to Eka. Eka bounces outside. Eka into the end zone.
Look at that. Oh, my God.
Oh, they marked him short.
Did you see
down
the
to the wall.
Acceleration?
That was
he made 2 jump cuts.
Yep.
And Coach Larson wanted us to say this. Coach Larson said that he taught Eka how to do this. Look at this. Look at the acceleration. Gets down, puts his shoulder down.
Just got him out of bounds.
Just got him out of bounds.
Just missed the pylon.
But that acceleration was amazing to watch. Makes that jump cut right out of the counter and gets right upfield. Davis doesn't want to tackle that. That's speed and power right there. Coach Larson said he taught Eka how to run. So he wanted us to make sure that we told everybody that. It's looking like it. Devon Eka is a dangerous guy.
They're going to give it to Eka again. He's going to walk into the end zone for the touchdown. A well-deserved cap.
Well-deserved.
To a great drive where Eka was the feature. And boy, has he grown up tonight.
Yes.
You talked about his potential. We talked about it last year when we saw him in the playoffs. You're right. This year he is stronger, and I think that's the biggest difference in him. And you took the natural speed that he had and the playmaking ability, and you add all that muscle. Boy, he's something. He's really impressive. He's a next level player, and you can identify that already as in his first game of his sophomore year.
Hey, it takes care of the football too. You know, when he's running the football, that ball is tight. I remember he had that big 13-yard run, that little draw play, the same side counter play they run. He held the ball tight, and this is a great job by Coach Larson here, trying to go up 2 scores, make it 14 points.
So, smart football here.
Yeah, QB draw.
New looks in the end zone. The catch is made for the 2-point conversion. Jace John has 2 points. And we got a 2-touchdown game, 28-14. Boy, give Lehi a lot of credit. Davis had some momentum there. The defense came up big. And we haven't talked enough about Lehi's defense tonight. They were in a tough spot early in the game with a lot of short fields that Davis had. They came up with the scoop and score, which was a massive play in the game to keep them alive after a rough first half. They've had a lot of great stops. It's been a little bend but not break, but it's working.
Yeah, tremendous job. Honestly, you don't know who. I would give it to the defense, game ball. If the game was over right now, I'd give the game ball to Lehi's defense because of what they were able to do in that first half.
Yeah.
They were extremely tired. We've seen that. They were hands on the hips, but they stayed in it. They kept it 7-6 that entire time. In fact, they scored. The Lehi offense didn't even do anything. They didn't produce anything. 14 yards of total offense in that first half. They had a defensive touchdown. They kept the game interesting until that second half, and this offense really took off.
Another Fenn touchback. He's got to have a streak of like 1,000.
Well, as many points as Lehi has put up over the last couple of years, that's definitely something to take into consideration, that he probably kicked it out of the end zone a lot.
So Davis is going to start at their own 20-yard line. So, again, I talked about the sophomore quarterback. He's been great tonight. I've been really impressed. Coach Peary was very, very excited about him. Thinks he's going to be great, and he's proven a lot tonight. You get to the fourth quarter, and this is when it gets tough, and this is the next step you got to take as a sophomore quarterback. This is where you really have to push yourself. This is what Jackson Brousseau, this is where he really shined. That's the next step for a young quarterback, is the fourth quarter. Let's see what he can do here. They start with the reception. Bodie Sparrow, who's had such a great night. A freshman, what a debut for the freshman, Bodie Sparrow.
I'm telling you, those two, they got to stick together. Bodie Sparrow and
Tyson Baggett's a sophomore.
Baggett's a sophomore?
Yes, he is.
Wow. So that's Davis's future, ladies and gentlemen, is the guys that's been extremely dynamic, that has it together.
Bessinger somehow gets out of all that mess. Waiting for someone to get open. Nice play, it's caught! Baggett makes the catch. How about Bessinger buying time?
A late flag.
They threw a flag. Is this coming back?
It's a very late flag. So this isn't in the field of holding. This looks like extracurriculars.
Or is it a man down field? Or is it after the whistle?
That looks.
I did not see it. My eyes were on Baggett making the catch. Let's see if we can catch something back here.
That might be man downfield. Yeah.
Oh, he's way down there, yeah. He's down to the 35, unfortunately.
That's man downfield.
And maybe this is part of his sophomore. He's trying to make a play the sophomore. But at that point, you just got to run, right?
No. Actually, it was second down and 2, yes. You take the first down, but honestly, you want to take the win. That's more of an offensive lineman knowing exactly what's going on. Why are you going downfield? That's not – the quarterback has to make a play, and that's what he's doing. I know that I can throw the ball and it'll be more dynamic because I know I got a dynamic Baggett who's going to catch this football than me doing it. Yes, I'd like to pick up the first down, but I know that if my guy, I got time. If guys can spin out and uncover, which is what you do. The quarterback's out, he's scrambling, uncover, get into the open field. That's better than a first down if I can get a touchdown out of it.
3rd and 7. They're not going to get there to the sticks, but I think they got to go for it here. So there was 2 down territory anyway. Maybe not. I don't know what Coach Peary wants to do here. They're going to go for it. They're going to leave the offense out there. They've got to. 6:05 left.
I mean, this is 3rd down here.
Down 2. Is it?
Yeah, they didn't lose it down.
Sorry, I'm going off the scoreboard that says 4th and 2.
It's 3rd down.
It is 3rd down. Sorry.
Yeah, so they're good.
And now they've corrected on the scoreboard. I apologize. I was reading the scoreboard. I had 4th and 2. Always trust the marker on the field.
But I would still go for it, even if this was 4th.
He's going to keep. He's got it.
Use your legs. But they got to hurry.
That'll keep the drive alive. But, yeah,
they can play in. You got to go. You're down 2 scores. You got to go.
They don't have time.
There you go. Come on. Come on, get to it. Temple, temple, temple. Go, 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 go. You see, this is practice. I would have had to play snap.
Clock starts now.
You got 15 seconds that went off. It's a catch. Clock keeps going.
Clock runs.
Come on, coach. Run that 2-minute offense. Go. Gotta go.
That's down to the 39.
Gotta go.
Approaching 5 minutes to play. Lehi with the 28-14 lead. Bessinger.
Got to get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Get out of the pocket. He's in trouble. He's in big trouble. Gets rid of it. We got a flag on the field. Here on the near side.
Everybody's looking like, what is this? So he's got to get rid of it for two things. One, you're going to get hit. You don't want to take a hit. Two, you can get holding or a penalty, or a turnover can ensue from you holding on that football. You're not knowing where everybody's at. Got to have a clock in your head. I have no idea what this penalty is. It was so late. Defensive holding.
They got Isaiah Allen down here on the near side.
You know, that's a hard call.
On the other side of the field from the ball.
Yeah, the quarterback wasn't even looking over here. That had absolutely no impact on the play. So I don't know if Isaiah Allen was actually holding or what, but that's tough by that ref because that's a first down. They got to move the chains now. Clock stopped. That's a lot of things that happen. You took away a sack. You keep the clock. You stop the clock. And you give them a whole new set of downs. That's a huge play call right there. But let's see if Davis takes advantage right here. You got an opportunity. A new set of downs. You're marching down the field.
Bessinger going deep. Couldn't make the catch. No flag.
There's a lot of contact over there.
There was. They let it go.
You know what? Never mind. This is high school. You can have contact downfield. I am spacing. Sorry. In college, pros, you can't.
It is different.
You can't have contact downfield. So I'm like, there's a lot of contact. But I'm thinking there was contact with the ball in the air. If the ball is in the air and there's contact, that's pass interference.
That was a good defensive play.
There was a great job by him being able to get into the receiver and turn around.
Bessinger again in the pocket. He's going to scramble now. Now he's going to run. He's right at the marker now. He's got the first down in the second effort. Down to the 40.
He picked that up. Get the play in, coach. Get these guys ready to go.
We're under 4 minutes. Down to 4:45. The clock will stop temporarily while they move the chains.
They got to go. Get set up.
That'll give Coach Perry time to get the play in for Davis.
Come on. Yeah, he's confused on what he wants to do. He's got to get that thing going. Penalty.
Out of bounds. Going to mark him right at the 37-yard line.
This penalty looks like offsides or illegal formation.
Penalty marker on the field.
I think it was offsides the way he threw it, though. Illegal formation. Not enough guys on the line of scrimmage. That's not the coach's fault. Yeah. That's going to be first down and 15. It's going to be first and 15. Backing them up is not what you want to do. But as I said, this is a non-conference game. So you get to try a lot of things out here. And this is where you want to test your 2-minute drill. I think that Coach Perry, they got a good 2-minute, but they got to be quicker. They take a lot of time off of the play clock in 2-minute drill. That is not how you're supposed to do it. You see Tom Brady literally salivates when he sees 40 seconds on the clock.
Nice job by Lehi to swallow that up. Sparrow on the catch.
Gotta go, gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go. Get your formation in, get your play in.
Second down and 6.
So this is ladders.
Actually, second down a lot more than 6.
And have two guys sitting right in the middle over here.
Over the middle. Intercepted. Lot 2. What a night he's had. And that should do it for the Pioneers.
Paul Latu
has had himself a game.
Is a player. He is a force on defense. What a night he's had.
He's been extremely effective at all parts, putting pressure on the QB, manning the middle, stopping the runs when it needs to. He's played that linebacker position extremely well tonight. He's just a junior.
Young players, but talented players on this Lehi team. They got a high ceiling. New takes the snap, hands it off. It was Isaiah Allen coming in.
Injury, first injury.
We've been fortunate tonight that we haven't had any injuries that have ended someone's night, which is just awesome. So, but always a concern here that we have one.
This might be cramping.
Let's hope that's the case.
I hope it's the case, because the D-line, O-line position is extremely tough, and yeah, that might be cramping. So I think that's Jordan Tuala right there. No, that's not him. That's Amy Mwala.
Is that Mwala?
Yeah.
So like you said, let's hope that's just cramps, because that's a talented player nobody wants to see out. While they attend to Mwala, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back after this.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit.
Big-time universities, including Utah and BYU. USC's in that mix as well. Jet New with a pass to the outside. And it's swallowed up. Devon Eka was the receiver, but the defense was up to the task.
Yeah, that's a very hard play call, throwing back to your left. Guy having to lead him to a way he's not tripping up, especially if a defender's stuck to him right there. And it's a screen play, so there's not much other options that you have out of that. I mean, I would always have an RPO built into my screen plays, you know, to see if the defense is in the right defense, and then I can capture them on the other deal. But in this sense, that is an extremely hard play, but Lehi accomplished what they wanted to. They had a play that was inbounds, keep the clock running, make Davis use their timeouts. Davis just used the timeout, so it takes it away when they have the ball.
Yeah, while we wait here, let's hear more about Lehi's defense, who's been outstanding tonight.
Just that we can be as good as we always have been, and that our defense is always going to be relentless and always willing to put up a fight.
I like the hard workers on this team. We have a lot of them, and I liked what Alema said about being relentless. I think one person missed a tackle, 10 other people are there.
Tamala and Ray have made plays tonight. This defense, really all game long. It was the offense that couldn't get things going in the first half, but the defense was solid throughout the night. Davis had multiple opportunities to blow this game open, couldn't do it, couldn't finish some drives. Forced a turnover, had a scoop and score. The Lehi defense got the job done tonight. Jet New. Back shoulder, caught. It's complete inside the 40. They're going to mark it right at the 40-yard line. So New finding his groove. These receivers starting to get confident. Again, a lot of young players on this team that haven't had a chance to get varsity experience because, my goodness, that senior class last year was special. Took them a minute to figure some things out, but now this offense has found itself here in the second half. 22 offensive points in the second half, 0 in the first half. No first downs in the first half. Completely different story in the second. And they'll stop and play.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Lehi is just eating clock, which is what you want to do. You know, Davis only has 2 timeouts left. Eat as much clock as you can. It's that Jerome Bettis time, right? This is 4-minute offense. Eat up that clock. Clock is at 4 minutes. You should have every possession here. Honestly, it's first down. You should make Davis use every single one of their timeouts on this series.
First down of 15 now. 3 minutes, 12 seconds remain. Eka with the run up the middle. He's tackled. Good news, Ami Moala's back out there.
Yeah, I would actually make some pickle popsicles.
Pickle popsicles.
And make sure that my trainers have them on deck.
I like it. I like it.
It's kind of like on the Water Boy, right? Mary Lou's, listen to this. On the Water Boy at the end, and he got that Alaskan glacier water.
Yep.
And he popped right up. Now, that's some good H2O. That's what Moala needed right there. Yeah, folks at home, I think everybody needs to get on their Twitter and look at Mary Lou's cook and make sure she watches Friday Night Lights. She has not watched that movie yet, and we're gassing her up about it. You know, she's covering high school football across the state of Utah, and she doesn't know about Friday Night Lights. Epic football movie. We got to have it. That's our homework for next week and the next stream. You guys need to make sure that Mary Lou's cook has watched Friday Night Lights.
It's the homework you have to do in Football 101, apparently.
Definitely.
It's required for Game Night Live graduation.
I'm working on it.
You're
working on it? Listen, I've seen the TV series, so really I've committed to watching Friday Night Live.
Not the same thing.
I would argue I'm even more committed because I haven't seen the movie. You know, I put in the time to watch the entire series. Sigh.
She makes a fair point.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Jeremiah. Look at you.
Leo with the pass. It's incomplete on 2nd and 12.
I haven't watched the series, so I can't attest that it's any good.
It's good. It's probably a season or 2 long. What do you think, Mary Lou's?
I want to say it was about 6 seasons.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I put in and watching this series.
That's a lot of work. 6 seasons is a lot of episodes. It was really good. It started really strong. I felt like it tailed off. That's just me.
That's most series. That's why the movie's bang bang, right?
The movie is cinema perfection. It's just great.
You get 90 minutes right there. You just on cinema perfection. I need to find another Booby Miles out here, man. Just get it done. Pyramid High School.
I think Lehi's got a Booby Miles and Devon Eka. Let's hope he doesn't get hurt, but
yes.
What a great player. You know, Devon Eka, I believe Sly is on his way to the next level at some point. Still has a lot to prove and a lot to do, but you can see the skill, and there's just so many great Lehi players over the years that have made it to the college level. In fact, let's take a look at who's playing college football right now at Lehi. It's a very impressive list. Somerville's headed to UCLA next season, Jensen Somerville. It's a big, long list. Look at this. We almost don't have enough room on the screen for all the Lehi players currently playing at the next level. Last year, Cadian Sweat was unbelievable. Cade Moore's at BYU. He had a great year. Isaac Terrell was awesome last year.
And he's doing great at Washington right now during training camp.
Yep. Dallin Holker, who's now at Colorado State with Jackson Brousseau. Great players. Cameron Cooper is still playing college football. Southeastern Louisiana. List goes on and on. You see 3 former quarterbacks. I mean, Jet New wants to be next. You know, when you come to Lehi and you play at Lehi, that's the expectation, is to follow in the path of these guys. It's a pretty impressive list that Ed Larson's helped get to the next level. New on the run. Escapes the pocket. He's going to run out of bounds right around the 30-yard line. That does stop the clock. New showing the ability to get out and move. He's primarily stayed in the pocket, but he does have this ability when he needs to.
Yep, he picked up that first down, right? Make Davis waste their timeouts, picked up the first down, extended the clock. Now you hand the ball off to your game breaker, Devon Eka. Run that clock out. Run that clock out. Look at this, a trips formation. Definite handoff right here, right up the gut.
Eka's trying to get to the outside. Gets around Tuala.
Stay in bounds.
Stays in bounds. This is a savvy play by a sophomore. Stays in bounds. He could have tried to get to the edge, but he didn't. That will cause the clock to run unless Davis stops it, and I think they are. Yes, they are calling timeout. I think that is their last.
Jacob Herbert, on the stop.
The second half much longer than the first half. That first half went by really fast, and this second half has been a different pace. But a lot of great plays in this game, Sly, and I'm really impressed with the response by Lehi. That's a team, if you have issues, that could have fractured pretty quickly for them.
Yes. And this is why it's a complete team effort, right? There's some days where your offense isn't going to have it. So defensively, you got to step up. There are some days where your defense isn't going to have it. Your defense and your offense needs to step up. Special teams, vice versa. And so this is a great example of how your defense kept you in it in that first half. Because this could have been really ugly at the start. The way this Lehi offense was playing in that first half, 4 possessions, 4 3-and-outs, 10 total yards. It looked bleak for this Lehi team, and this second half is a complete turnaround.
Eka up the middle is going to power his way to a first down with some help from his friends. Now that was all offensive line, and they got after it on that play.
Yeah, they did.
Road graders. Look at this. Watch the effort up front.
Just get behind your center right there. Great effort by Eka, too.
It's fourth quarter. Fatigue starting to set in. We're seeing guys with some cramping. It's tough. It's still warm outside. This is August high school football right now. You got to battle that. This is a real test of your conditioning. And how about that Lehi offensive line? Look like they're in shape. Second down and 7. Actually, sorry, 1st and 10. They haven't changed the scoreboard yet. My bad. Catch is made inside the 10.
Stays in bounds.
Another close to first down. I can't tell from this angle.
Right to New on the reception.
Yeah, they're just running the clock out here. This is great. Good, safe play right to the sideline. Stay in bounds. Pick up the first down here. So they'll move the chains. If they do. No. Oh, yeah, it's 1st and goal.
First and goal from the 8-yard line. Clock runs. Delay of game.
I'll take as many delay games as I want.
If you're going to have them, this is the time.
Right.
So, New will go over and talk to Coach Larson.
This is the only time you can accept a delay game penalty right here. Eat up all that clock, your opponent. It says Davis has one more timeout. Yeah, never mind. The scoreboard's wrong. Your opponent doesn't have any timeouts. You use all of it. All the clock, every second. Hand the ball off right here.
That'll kill more time.
Yeah.
One or two more snaps should do it.
I mean, yeah, he can honestly take a knee. He can take a knee.
Second down and goal from the 8.
This would be the best formation in football. Winning formation.
They're going to run one normal play.
I don't think Coach Larson knows that formation. He's like, we run the football over here. There's no winning formation.
Eka following his blocker, spins out of it, tries to grind his way into the end zone and comes up a little short.
That's the game.
And that should probably do it. That will do it. What a second half by the Lehi Pioneers. I don't know what was said at halftime, what they did at halftime, but it worked. Completely different team offensively in that second half. And the Pioneers win this game 28-14. That's 20 straight wins for the Lehi Pioneers. Great effort tonight by the Davis Darts. A lot of young players were really impressive. But in the end, Lehi wins out 28-14. How would you wrap this one up tonight, Sly?
Game of halves, right?
Yeah.
22-point second half by this Lehi offense. This is why you're never out of it until it's over, right? You know, just because you showed one thing, you have opportunities. Your team kept you in it. However it goes, you can make things happen. Lehi, as bad as they played in that first half, we read off the stats of that first half, man. 14 total yards of offense, -6 yards of running. They had absolutely nothing going for them in that first half. It looked horrible. And then you come out in the second half and give the ball to your playmaker, your foundation, what it's supposed to be. Now remember, before Devon Eke, it was Carson Gonzalez.
Yep.
Carson Gonzalez did the same exact things. It's why they won those state championships. So don't mess with your formula. You go back, you do it, you get the ball to Devon Eke. 2 plays, he breaks it for 80 yards and a touchdown. Great, great job.
Let's go down to the sideline. Mariluz Cook standing by with Isaiah Allen.
Yeah, we've got Isaiah here. He was the one to put Lehi on the board first after that scurrilous first quarter. What was working well for you? What did you see in that second quarter?
Just read the perfect. Oh, that's it.
Now, I know it is your senior year to get the win on the road, week 1. What kind of momentum is that going to give you moving forward?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Isaiah Allen, congratulations on the win. All right, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Mariluz. Sorry, we apologize. A little trouble with the microphone there.
Yeah, Isaiah Allen's a talent, man. He's an extremely, extremely athletic guy, up for the competition. I mean, he had an amazing game today. It's his senior year. I think he's going to be another guy we're going to see on that D1 list. You know,
no question.
The season's set and done. He's a tremendous player, tremendous competitor. Very strong, quick at corner, swift, makes a lot of great decisions. He played terrific tonight in the first game out. Expect a great season from him.
How about, you said a tale of two halves. How about this? Lehi had they had 11 yards of total offense. In the first half, they finished with 322.
Wow.
Devon Eke, 164 yards rushing. He had 28 yards receiving. He almost hit the 200-yard mark on total yards.
Man.
What a night for him. Certainly Jet New turned things around second half, had some more success. And on the other side, Trayden Bessinger was great. He threw 60 passes tonight, Sly. Completed 39 of them, 358 yards. He'll learn from the interceptions. He'll learn from some of those things. I'm not looking at anything he did tonight saying, I don't know. He answered a lot of questions for me. That's a really talented sophomore who's only going to get better. Both teams are going to come away from this game with a lot of things that are going to help them get better throughout the season. I'm sure Coach Larson's going to be frustrated with the offensive struggles in the first half. I think Coach Perry's going to be frustrated with some of the turnovers. The big scoop and score was huge in this game.
Right.
But overall, there's a lot of positive things for both teams moving forward.
I mean, what would you say 15 years ago, 20 years ago, if a quarterback threw 60 times in a high school football game?
I would think that was a typo.
Right?
And now it's no big deal.
It's no big deal. That is how the new age of football is. We are throwing the football. We are getting that. It's not running the football anymore, which I think you got to have a great mix of run and pass, right? And I think they need to take a little bit more into the running game. But honestly, you're trying to break in your sophomore quarterback. The 3 interceptions might, affect them a little bit. But honestly, I didn't think they were tremendous effects on the game. The one late in the game to Latu. The tight end screen over the middle was on a 4th down. I mean, I think that he could take a lot from this game. The region is still out in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
This is nothing damaging to your season. You got a lot of positives. Your D-line is absolute monsters, is what you want to take away from this. This has been a great example of what's to come for both teams.
I believe we got Mariluz Cook down on the field with Devon Eka. Is Mariluz ready?
I'm ready to go. I've got Devon here, Jeremiah.
All right.
Devon, now what we saw offensively in that second half was different. First half, what from Coach?
Another game.
Kobe Connell is under the press box.
Through that.
Wrong claimant. Kobe Connell.
Apologize again, having issues with the microphone there. We'll get that fixed next week. Congratulations to Devon Eka, Isaiah Allen, and the Lehi Pioneers. They win this game 28-14. On to week 2, and next week's slide, we got a good one. We're headed to Utah County. 2 of the top 5 teams in the state going head-to-head in non-region action. A 5A versus 6A battle next week. We've got Timpview versus Lone Peak. How about that? I'm fired up for that matchup. Lone Peak, big win over Bingham week 1. Timpview is loaded once again. A lot of talent. Helaman Kasuga, another sophomore quarterback with a lot of talent. Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. Watching Timpview in the championship game last year, just knowing what they can do and challenging Lehi all the way up to the finish. It's going to be tremendous football all year. Looking at our schedule, the games we're covering, I would be excited for last year and knowing that you got all this young talent on all of these teams. Kasuga, as you said, man, quarterback position, he knows how to throw the rock, and with a year of experience, he's going to be that much better. So very, very excited for next week's game.
All right, we'll see you next week, 7 p.m. Friday night on the KSL TV, KSLSports.com, and the KSL Plus app. 28-14, the Lehi Pioneers win their 20th straight game. They beat the Davis Darts on the road. We'll see you next week in Highland.